in Columbus.
Joe, that ain't good enough. Come on, Joe.
Wait, no. Stop this one.
Frizzle left tight, F fly, pass 37 punch, waggle, help, baby dizzy, X fan on the turbo.
Thank you, baby.
Football, man.
It's time to listen to a bald, fat loudmouth
Mr. T-Bone.
and a former football player.
And that ball intercepted by Tyvis Powell.
Wow, no radio station has ever done that before.
Does it work for those people?
No, it never does. But it might work for us.
Welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Good morning. Happy Monday. I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing well. You know, we had football this past weekend, so it's something about football that just brightens up my world. Well, and it's crazy to
deny that.
I never thought that would be like I understood like me being as a player. But like now that I'm out of it, like I really don't have a reason, but like it still excites me. So I was very locked into some games this week. I wanted to see a lot of these rookies play.
We are going to talk a lot about all of that. There's plenty to discuss about a certain Browns quarterback who's a rookie who had a debut on Friday. So we will get a little up close discussion on that. The Buckeyes hired not a new defensive coordinator, but a new coach to help their defensive coordinator. So we'll talk about that. And plenty of other stuff from the world of the NFL, college football. I did say we were talking about this before we turned the mics on. Jackson Dart was one of those guys who had his debut and looked all right, looked pretty good out there. But I saw a video of him over the weekend that made me laugh because he was apparently driving through a toll booth and he'd never seen such a thing. He's like, I don't really know what this is. So if you've ever been by a toll booth, wherever, you've been through tolls, right? They have the one where you take a ticket and you pay it, and they have the Easy Pass. And he's like, I just been breezing through this Easy Pass thing. I don't really know what it is. It's like, and the guy in the car with him's like, dude, you're getting thousands of dollars in fines. Do you know that? He's like, I have no idea what it is. It's like, well, you probably you want to learn that, I would think, right?
I take it he don't have the Easy Pass.
No, he doesn't have that, apparently.
This is in New York. You're
playing
Jersey.
for the Giants, so wherever you're driving around New York, you're going to want that Easy Pass. That's
yeah. He in trouble.
I mean,
They go send him a nice little check. I mean, not a check, a nice little bill in the mail.
Uh-huh.
You got to pay that.
He is from Kaysville, Utah, is Jackson Dart, and obviously he played at Ole Miss. So I'm going to guess in those two regions, not a ton of toll roads, not something that he's probably familiar with. But how do you not know as an adult? Like, it's funny because I don't think about that sometimes with these guys. Like, you hear about guys who are this guy could be the hope of your franchise someday, right? He could be the guy leading your NFL team, this billion-dollar organizations now that they all are. And you find that the person who you've got all your hope on may not know what a toll booth is, may not know how to you talked about how you and Cardale didn't really know how to cook dinner other than like a microwave meal. And but it's because you guys are so focused on your game, I'm guessing. You're so focused on playing that it's like, what's this other stuff? I don't got time for that. I gotta focus on this playbook in Jackson Dart's case, right? He's got to think about that.
Yes. I mean, extracurricular activities, once my mother realized that I was very serious about the game of football. Actually, not just that, all sports. And my thing was, I was one of those kids that didn't want to go home. So I forced myself to play sports year round. So fall football, wintertime basketball, springtime track or baseball. I was doing that type of thing. Because I didn't really want to just go home, after school. I don't know what it feels like when the bell rings at school, your last period ends to go home. To get on the bus or just go straight home. I never did that.
You were a latchkey kid?
I always had practice to go to.
Oh, or
so
practice.
It was all right, let me go to practice. That's what that meant. So, and
even as a first grader? You didn't have something to go to? You had to have some time.
I'm talking about,
once you got up into, okay.
Yeah,
I was going to say,
once they got rid of recess.
Okay. I thought you meant in preschool, it was Tyvis, get out on the field. And you're
once they got rid of recess, once recess ended, which is the 7th grade, I think it's 6th. Well, it depends on your school. I think we had it in the 6th grade. I can't remember. Either 6th or 7th grade when they got rid of recess. I always had like
practice.
I had practice after school.
Don't you know Tyvis was lining up with the ones on his varsity football team kindergarten?
I should have figured that. They saw the prodigy at work, and they were
I was not. I had a lot of work to put in. I probably am the only one that actually played freshman football, JV football, varsity football. But
did you really? I didn't know that. I didn't know you went through all that.
I played freshman, so I played freshman. Wow! So,
look at the hope. See, look at the hope you could have.
As a freshman in high school, I played freshman football. I didn't play JV. I had some dudes that was playing JV, but that wasn't me. I played freshman football. As a sophomore, I started off on JV, but then I ended up playing varsity because it was like the Willie Beeman thing. The Willie Beeman thing happened to me twice in my life, which is wild to think. And I should have been prepared the second time it happened, but I wasn't. So when I was a sophomore, our starting safety got hurt, and then our backup safety got hurt. So they was like, you got to start safety for like 3 or 4 weeks, 3 or 4 games. And I was like, well, let's do it.
Yeah,
And I went out there and I made some good plays. And they was like, oh, hey, you actually like really good. Yeah.
Thanks for noticing.
Yeah, thank you. So anyways, I started playing varsity from that moment on.
Yeah.
That's
good.
Yeah.
That would make sense given that you ended up being the player that you were. It's odd to hear that for guys who get to go to play at Ohio State, that it's like, oh yeah, I played on the freshman team. A lot of guys, it's like, oh, you mean you didn't have calls from Nick Saban as an 8th grader? Like that's
no, I am truly one of those ones that literally had to like work to get to where I was. It wasn't like naturally I was size-wise, I was gifted size-wise, but like talent-wise, I actually had to put the work in to become like a decent football player.
I hear what you're saying. Jeremiah Smith?
He's got it all. The dude's got it all.
Did you have any other D1 teammates on your high school roster?
Yeah, I had a teammate that was supposed to go to Syracuse, but he got into some other extracurricular off the field activities that kind of derailed him from doing that. I had a bunch of guys that had D1 talent, but they were like their favorite period in school was lunch. So yeah, that's what happened with that. They didn't. Wait,
are you saying they got like me, or they didn't study? What does that mean?
I'm saying
like
that
they got a little overweight.
No, they didn't study. They GPA started with a decimal. Let's just say that. So yeah, they didn't make it to the D1 thing. They had to go JUCO and stuff like that.
I think about that all the time. Like the amount of guys who were talented and just for whatever reason out of high school, they had talent, but they never put it together, either because of grades or because of something outside of school.
Yeah, that's
trouble off the field.
That's how I felt. I was a bunch of guys on my team. I never felt like I was the most talented guy on my team. I actually thought it was a couple of guys that was more talented than me, but they didn't. The school thing was just not their thing.
Yeah. Well, it's good that you made it out. You did what you had to do, and you showed everybody what you could do. You got to the NFL, something to be proud of. Until I rip you, and then I bring you back. I have to, at some point, bring the humbling stuff back in, but I have no room to talk because I played JV, I think, my senior year of basketball.
Did you really?
Well, I played, I don't know if I did my senior year. I played my junior year, like where I split time. And then my senior year, I was a captain of the varsity. So I think they were like, well, we can't put him on there now. He's literally a senior. But I did split time JV on like my 11th grade year, and then I got no scholarship offers. So go figure. That tracks. So
I thought there was only 15 kids at your school, so you were kind of forced to play JV your junior year. That's what I thought the real story was.
That's how bad I was.
Oh, okay.
There you go, Dylan. You nailed it. That's what it was.
I thought there was just not enough bodies for people to just play varsity, and that's why they put you on JV your junior year.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good call. We'll say that because there were dudes in 10th grade who didn't have to play JV that I did. So I don't think that was
mind.
It. That's okay. It's all right. It's all right to know your limitations. That was right there where I was like, I don't think the NBA is going to work out for me. I got to figure something else out. By the way, Guardians dropped their game Sunday, yesterday afternoon, rather, against the Sox. But that's okay. They remain just a half a game back of the Yankees.
Because the Yankees stink.
Because the Yankees dropped their game. You know what? I seen the Guardians lose. It was like 4-1 or something like that when I tuned in. And I'm like, they would blow this. Like, they got an opportunity to blow it. When I seen that the Yankees lost, I said, whoo, okay. And then the Rangers didn't. I don't know what the heck that happened to them. They 2.5 games back now. So we good. We good. The Yankees is going to choke.
Like I said, let them choke. Let them miss the playoffs so everyone gets fired. That's what I want. Brian Cashman, take a hike. Aaron Boone, sayonara.
They're not going to fire it. They might, actually. I'm not going to say they ain't, but I don't think they're going to fire it.
I did see this, though. CJ Kafis.
Oh, baller.
Hell yeah.
Baller.
At his home run. He's hitting. He's good. Travis Bazzana got called up from AA to Columbus.
Did he?
Yeah, he's coming to town.
I got to go catch a game. Yeah. I got to go see this.
Yeah, they just announced that, I think, after the game yesterday. They said that he's getting the call up.
Well, I seen he was hitting he was batting over 300, and he had an OPS of over 900. So I was like, okay. Yeah,
he's all right.
Yeah.
The Reds, meanwhile, beat the Pirates 14-8. 1.5 back of the Mets for that. So, again, like we've been talking about, both the Ohio teams chasing the 2 New York teams for that final wild card spot. So, yeah, it's probably going to go right down through September, I would guess, at this point. You're in August. You're in it now. You are in the pennant or the playoff race, not the pennant race. Though the Guardians, still only 6 out, it could happen, theoretically.
Well,
let's not get too far ahead of ourselves.
They was 5 until they lost yesterday.
I know. Coming up next, we're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders. Tyvis is either going to be the voice of reason for me, or we're going to just board the hype train for Shedeur Sanders next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Monday morning. Well, we are still noticing a pretty big crash happening for folks over on the west side. 70 eastbound, just past Wilson Road, looking pretty busy out there. 2 left lanes are currently closed right now, but a big difference compared to 30 minutes ago when all lanes were closed in this direction. So a good detour just to keep in mind, especially because we are still noticing a lot of backups here. That detour, 70 eastbound, hop off the 270 southbound instead. Take Broad Street this morning, 40 all the way into the city and where you need to go. Definitely want to avoid this area. Crews still on scene. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Columbus Aesthetic and Plastic Surgery. Visit experiencecaps.com today and use code TYVISCAPS for $1,000 off a NeoGraft treatment.
Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Aaron, I've been thinking.
You came up with a new invention?
No, I've been pondering a problem.
Is it anything I can help you with?
I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I've been thinking about our scuba diving plumbers.
Get Eco.
ECO.
They dive right in and fix the problem.
That's the problem.
You lost me.
The problem with being extremely good at something is that you make it look easy.
You're worried that people think plumbing is easy?
Well, our extremely very good plumbers sure make it look easy.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Don't worry, Jerry. Sooner or later, most people try to fix their own plumbing problem.
I can testify to that.
Jerry, did you try to fix it yourself?
Yeah.
Don't give it another thought, buddy. I'll send somebody over right now.
Get Eco.
ECO.
You're a real friend, Aaron.
Eco Scuba Diving Plumbers, Genius Electricians, and you can always trust our HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Enjoy hot deals on Meijer brand back-to-school must-haves all season long. Save on breakfast favorites like Meijer Toasted Oats Honey Nut Cereal, select varieties of Meijer pastry treats, Meijer Sweet and Salty Granola Bars, and Meijer Applesauce, each for only $1.79. Save on lunchtime essentials like Meijer Peanut Butter, Meijer Grape Jelly, and Meijer Round Top Bread, just $1.39 each. Saving a good deal more on your favorite Meijer brand must-haves is a good deal better all season long. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And there was a time I dreaded getting out of bed in the morning. I dreaded doing my workouts. I dreaded trying to carry my kids around because nothing felt good. My knee was bothering me. And I know there's a lot of folks out there that are going through the same thing. Years of sports or abuse or whatever it is on your body is taking its toll. Do not wait any longer. There is a treatment protocol that doesn't require surgery, doesn't require pills. It's going to repair and restore the joint tissue itself. We're talking about natural cellular therapies with my friends over at QC Kinetics. I checked them out. My dad checked them out. No long recovery, just the relief that you need. You can bring your x-rays, your MRIs to QC Kinetics for free. There's no pressure. The chat, they're going to evaluate you, look at you, lay out a protocol to see if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
The season may be winding down, but there's still time to make the most of Buckeye Lake. At Buckeye Lake Marina, we have year-end deals on boats, accessories, and more to get you ready for next year's adventures. The Buckeye Lake Marina staff is there to help you find the perfect boat at unbeatable prices. Buckeye Lake Marina has a long list of satisfied customers, and you want to be the next. Don't wait. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more.
Morning Juice is live on YouTube. Weekday morning starting at 6. Or on demand whenever you want it. Yeah, whenever. Bobby Carpenter's at your beck and call. And Tito's there too, to clean the toilets. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
Proper tree care is an investment that can lead to increased personal enjoyment. Prevent winter tree damage by scheduling winter tree work now. Winter can be tough on trees. Heavy snow, ice, and wind can cause serious damage. Don't wait until it's too late. Now is the perfect time to schedule winter tree work. Pruning during the dormant season keeps your trees healthy and helps prevent costly storm damage. Visit trees4ohio.org to find a qualified arborist near you. That's trees4ohio.org. Let's keep your trees strong all winter long. And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
We're getting ready to head back to our classrooms for the new school year, and I want to recognize our education support professionals, many of whom work right through the summer months to make our schools run smoothly every day. To Ohio's custodians, school secretaries, maintenance workers, and so many more, thank you.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Happy New Week, everyone. Kicking off the week with clear skies and temperatures in the 60s. And then this afternoon, a hot and humid day with our highs into the low 90s and plenty of sunshine. Although we could see a few stray showers and thunderstorms out there, most of us will remain dry. For tonight, mostly clear with overnight lows into the 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Two men who both know the value of a good hat.
You're bald!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
All right. I don't know if Tyvis is going to walk me back from the hype train. I don't know if I'm walking myself back here. What I know is Shedeur Sanders went out for the Browns and played like a first-round pick should play in a preseason game against a preseason defense with a kind of vanilla offense. Like, if you drafted him first overall and he had that performance, would anybody say, that was a wasted pick? Everybody'd be coming off that game going, oh, my gosh, he's the guy. He's the savior of Cleveland. He's a fifth-round pick. And now we're all still saying that. He was the number one trending topic on Friday night during and after that game. I mean, he is obviously a personality that a lot of people know about. They are aware of him, good, bad, or otherwise. He's a lightning rod. But all that fades away when you get between the lines and you go out and play football. Mm-hmm. How do you think he did for his first game? I mean, I was pleasantly surprised by how good he was.
I wasn't surprised because he's been doing this in practice. This has been the whole entire thing. Coming into this game, I kept saying the only thing that I need to see is him command the huddle. Can he get the play in? Can he get the guys lined up? There wasn't any delay of game penalties. So typically when somebody gets a delay of game penalty, that means that they're struggling to give the call to the rest of the team, right? And that's where, that was one of the things that they said, like, he quote unquote struggled with was getting the calls in, making the pre-snaps adjustments and all of those things. And I didn't see any of that. It was only one time in the course of this game that I was like, okay, he missed something. And that was, I think he ended up getting sacked. They sent like two blitzers from the left side. Like, it was like a safety and a linebacker that came off the edge. He should have seen that come in, made his adjustments to throw the ball hot because he only got like 2 seconds to get this ball out. He completely missed it, and they ended up hitting him on it. But outside of that, he looked like he knew exactly where to go with the ball. There was no delay of games. Guys got in and out of the huddle. I don't see what the issue was at all. I thought they did a really good job of putting the game plan together for him to be able to excel like this. It was a time where he was locked in on one wide receiver, and I think Carolina kind of picked up on that. So then he had to start dispersing the ball out. But he has he answered every question that you ever had. His arm looked good. He had a little bit of mobility. He showed you he was able to get away, avoid a sack, and pick up some yards with his legs. He was able to get the ball to different guys, and he threw some nice touchdowns in some tight windows. Some of the things coming out was, is his arm strong enough to be able to does he have the arm talent? And when people hear arm talent, it's not just can he throw the ball 80 yards on a rope. That's not arm talent. Arm talent to a lot of people is, can I throw this 20-yard dig between a safety and a corner, or a linebacker and a safety? Can I do that? And he was able to do that on the 2 touchdowns. I mean, he threw it straight through like 2 or 3 guys both times, right in the window to get his guys the ball. So to me, I walked away from this game like, yeah, I don't understand why he couldn't be QB2 to start the season. Now, a lot of people got QB1 going. I think eventually he will get to that. But to right now, I don't see why he couldn't, it still doesn't make sense to me why he was never getting 1 reps. Like, with that type of performance, he definitely earned himself some reps with the ones.
No, but like this is so much of a narrative thing off the field with Shedeur Sanders. Obviously, the draft position, falling through the draft. There was the thing I saw, and Chimdi Cheko actually pointed this out on Twitter, and it's a good call by him. There was a video of him walking up into the game. Like, they get all the players with their outfits on as they walk in, and here's so-and-so coming into the game. And they had Shedeur, and he had, some people around him, and they said, oh, here he is with his entourage. And Chimdi Cheko pointed out, he's like, or those are called teammates, but most other people would say those are just his teammates showing up with him to the game.
The problem with it is that everybody is so used to Deion, and how Deion was just this flashy guy, like out there type of guy. And they just imagine that Shedeur is like that. And to some point, like, yeah, he like to wear nice things, but
I mean, he has the wrist up celebration.
Yeah, like he has certain things, but like, it's on the field. Like, he's not, when you ask him, when you talk to him, like, you realize like, oh, no, he's not cocky like his father at all. Like, he was mad. They asked him after the game, after everybody's praising him, and he's like, yeah, no, this wasn't a great performance by me. I was supposed to be much better. He even apologized to his dad, talking about, sorry, Pops, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? You threw 2 touchdowns in the preseason game. And he was like, his thing was, I had some incompletions. Like, that means I didn't play perfect. And, I mean, yeah. So he holds himself to a very high standard.
I just think sometimes that gets lost with the discussion of him, is that, there's all these talk about nepotism and, his dad brought him all these places and played. And it's funny because then when people would say about Deion, it's like, oh, Deion's only good because his kid's good. And it's like, well, which one of these narratives is it? Did his dad prop him up? Is this Bronny James 2.0? Or is this he can play so well that dad can't coach, but somehow Shedeur Sanders being so good, that's what propped him up? I'd love to know which one it is, because what I found is that I don't think anybody named Deion Sanders was involved in the game plan for the Browns or for the Panthers, for that matter. I don't think there was anybody making this. He's in the NFL now. It's a preseason game, sure, but like, we got to stop with that discussion about, he's been propped up by this or that. He went out there and played as good as any first-round pick that was currently or any of the draft pick guys. Yep. Any of the quarterbacks that were drafted that you saw play over this first weekend of the preseason, he looked as good as any of them.
I mean, you talk about throwing yards. The only person that threw for more yards than him, I think, was Jackson Dart. That's about it. But he threw more touchdowns.
But how many of those guys were going up against the first half defense?
Yeah,
right?
that's
like,
a thing too.
There's. I was looking at Tyler Shuff, right, from Louisville, who's Shuck, whatever. Shuff. I hope I never have to learn.
You got to say Shuck like. That's how you'll never
like
forget it.
Duck. Okay, put that in our heads.
You'll never forget it.
Well, if he's bad, it'll be a combination of 2 words, one that starts with sh and the other one. Anyway, the point is, here's what I know. Like, I saw he threw a pick 6, and everybody goes, "Oh man, that's not good," because that was a guy, right, that was looked at as it could be him or Shedeur.
It was a lot of questions about who was quarterback 2. in this draft. Cam Ward was hands down the number one quarterback.
Not according to Mel Kiper.
Mel Kiper. Let me tell you right now. Mel Kiper
sitting there beating his chest like, listen, I don't know what's going on in this draft, but I'm telling y'all, Shedeur is the best. And I don't understand how he's fought. He
Mel
stood
Kiper
on 10
Jr.
toes.
on Friday night was just out in his yard just yelling at anybody who wanted to hear it because he was giving it to everybody, I'm sure.
Mel Kiper was reenacting the end of training day with Denzel Washington in his house.
I'm putting cases on all of you.
Exactly.
Exactly it, yeah.
But you asked Tyvis to be the voice of reason, and he failed to do so. I will be the voice of reason.
Great.
I'm a big Shedeur fan. Love Shedeur.
Wrist up.
But if he goes out in game 2 and has the inverse performance, are you guys going to jump off the bandwagon as fast as you jumped on the bandwagon after week 1 of the preseason? Like, I think either way, we're putting too much stock into a preseason game. I feel like you guys aren't as bad as the people on the internet that are saying, like, oh, cut everybody else. Shedeur's the starter right now.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm not, because the thing is, as well as he played, I still want to see Kenny Pickett and I still want to see Dillon Gabriel. You kind of owe it to yourself because you traded a 5th round pick, which you could have been, whether or not you could have got a player there, maybe in the 5th round, and then you got a 3rd round pick. You used it on Dillon Gabriel. So to me, you owe it to your organization to at least see what they look like. If anything, though, the pressure, he put a lot of pressure on Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel to get healthy as soon as possible. Because if, like I told y'all, you can't make the club in the tub. So, if that's the case, like, I now want to see, all right, I know what Shedeur looks like. I need to see what Dillon Gabriel and Kenny Pickett looks like as well.
I know this. Like, I don't believe in the sunk cost fallacy of, oh, well, we traded a pick for this guy. It's like, so what? Honestly, the Browns' plan, it seems like, was Kenny Pickett to start. Because the first guy they went out and got this offseason was Kenny Pickett. Yep. Am I wrong?
Yep.
Okay. So then Joe Flacco comes in. Then you draft 2 guys. And Shedeur's the last guy you drafted. That was not the plan, was to have him start. In fact, if everybody's healthy, he probably doesn't play nearly the same amount of snaps. Not even close. And I don't know that he would have had this opportunity. This is something that, for me as a Browns fan, this is why today I'm in a dangerous place, and that's called the land of its 4-letter word for Browns fans, HOPE. That is hope, spring and eternal all of a sudden for me, and I'm worried about that because every time I start to get my hopes up, they get crushed somehow. But what I'm telling you is the Browns, I don't trust them to make great football decisions all the time. They didn't have to here. It just worked out. Joe Flacco wasn't going to play because he's a veteran. He's a million years old. They don't need him out there. That's fine. They needed to have a quarterback out there. They went out and got Tyler Huntley. And then guess what? Shedeur Sanders is the guy who's there, not injured, and has done the most in the offense this offseason. So he got his shot, and he didn't waste it. To your point, Dylan, if he goes out and sucks next time out, I'll say, yeah, it's a rookie quarterback. I don't think he should start week 1 or anything like that.
I've never been there.
No, but Joe Flacco is, if he plays 17 games, I will be shocked. And if the next guy up is my choice of Kenny Pickett, who's on his 3rd team in 3 years, or the guy who went out there and played like a first-round pick when I saw him, if that's all I see from Shedeur Sanders, then I'm saying, yeah, he's my backup, and I'm putting everything into making that work.
You know what I want to see preseason week 2? Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel just look like dumpster fires. Because then where's the narrative going to go then?
Because this is,
you want them to look bad?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
No, Twitter.
That's messed up.
I don't need a 4-way battle for quarterback. I need to get the starter and the backup as soon as possible so we can move on and start preparing that backup to be ready.
Dillon Gabriel cannot look bad. Because it's a problem. That's a huge problem if he looks bad.
Why is that a problem?
Well, I don't know. Because he's been taking first-team reps, and that means Shedeur, you've been sitting there not giving Shedeur these first-team reps to this guy that's not good. Like, so now you're painting the narrative again that it was a hidden agenda. I don't really want to deal with it.
It's not a hidden agenda. It's that, look, conspiracy theories fail because they fail to account for human stupidity. And if there's an incompetent organization on the face of the planet, it's the Cleveland Browns. So you could easily just chalk that up to, well, I guess they were dumb.
T-Bone.
And that would make me believe that.
T-Bone, if he is not good, you wasted a 3rd third-round pick. You wasted
You can waste all of them.
And to me, your ability to evaluate quarterbacks is terrible.
It is.
So I don't really want to hear that right now. But that would be the cold, hard truth, is that if Dylan Gabriel is not good, you wasted a third-round pick and you don't know how to evaluate quarterbacks.
The Browns have wasted first overall picks on quarterbacks.
Yes. This is
quarterbacks for 26 years.
Right now, where the Browns are, they can't afford to miss on any picks.
All right. 2 minutes away. We had a former Buckeye who went off in his preseason debut. You will hear that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Monday. We are still keeping a close eye for folks over on the west side. West of Grandview Heights, we were noticing a really big crash out there. Still seeing some backups to 70 eastbound just past Wilson Road there. So other than that, other areas in and around the metro are still looking really good. 270 northbound over by Dublin, perfect. 670 eastbound closer to the airport, looking pretty smooth. And for folks over on the 70 eastbound over by Etna and Pataskala, no problems to report out there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Victor's Home Solutions. Schedule your free 21-point roof and window inspection today at victors.com.
Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
GNC knows that you're not always feeling it at the gym, but don't get down, get lit, and get more out of every workout. Beyond Raw Lit is a clinically dosed pre-workout that flips the switch and gives you more energy, focus, intensity, and pumps. The perfect combo for a killer workout. Plus, it's got incredible flavors and thousands of 5-star reviews, so you know it's good. Pick it up at GNC stores or go to gnc.com.
You know that thing you've always been too scared to go for? It seems like you'll never have the guts. Then a cancer diagnosis. And doing that thing becomes way less scary. I would know. I've always wanted a black belt. And today, the only thing standing in my way is a few wooden boards. It's been a lot of hard work and 5 years since I beat cancer at Ohio Health. Bring it on. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keep making plans to learn more.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Listen to that! Son of a... That's unbelievable! Oh my goodness! Holy smoke! Just incredible!
T-Bone and Tyvis present Clip That.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Receive a 100% match when you deposit up to $400 with the Prime Sports Ohio app.
All right, over the weekend, former Buckeye Trevon Henderson was in the lineup for his new team, the New England Patriots. He had the opening kickoff go right to him, and this is what he did with it.
And this ball's coming out. There's your speed depth. There he goes. Oh, there he goes. It's already a new season. The number 2 draft pick from Ohio State takes it 100 yards.
Wasn't the greatest call in the world, I will say. It's preseason for them, too.
He's not the number. Well, they haven't. Yeah, they didn't have a lot of excitement last year either. So, yeah.
But that all said, Treyveon Henderson, house call on the opening kickoff. I mean, the speed we know about, right? Mm-hmm. But the other thing that came out of this game was a lot of people finally got to see him like in pass protection and his blitz pickups and stuff like that. That everybody, we've known this at Ohio State. We know what he's capable of. There were times during his tenure where I questioned, like, hey, why aren't we seeing more production? But when it mattered in the biggest games of the year with the national championship on the line, you know what he did. So it was great to see him go out and do that in New England. And as a Browns fan, it pained me to say we took not him of the two. I mean, I don't know,
this
man.
This is sad.
There were a lot of Browns fans that were like, "Why did we take the guy with the burning speed and the pass protection pickup stuff?" Like,
it's hilarious because you see this, and literally, all you see is Browns fans like, but we took the other guy. We took the other guy. And I was just like, all right, in my personal opinion, first of all, shout out to Treyveon. Treyveon knows how to make a splash. Like you think about his first touchdown in college, you think about his last touchdown in college, and then you think about his first NFL man, he loves to run for 70+ yards. Let's just say that.
What a great thing to be able to do.
Yeah,
right. That's awesome.
I don't think he's getting caught. You ain't catching him. If he catches that open field, he's gone. But the reason that go back to the Browns, because we always got to tie things in with the Browns, is when you looked at these two prospects between him and Quinshawn, and you thought about what the Browns had on their roster. They had Jerome Ford. Now, Jerome Ford, granted, you can feel however you want to feel about Jerome Ford, but the fact of the matter is he hits a lot of explosive plays. He's one of those guys that breaks long runs. Now, it doesn't happen often, to be fair. He tiptoes at times, but when he gets that right gap and is blocked up right, he gone. And I think that they looked at these two prospects and thought to themselves, well, we kind of have a home run hitter. We don't have that every down back. We don't have those guys that can go between the tackles. And Quinshawn Judkins was that. He is a guy that has durability. You think about Treyveon. Treyveon has been hurt a lot in Ohio State until last year was his first, I want to say it was his first full healthy season.
Yeah. So that's fair.
So you think about that. We need a guy that can be an every down back that can withstand the beating of a 17-game schedule. And I understand why you can have question marks about Treyveon. Now, the Patriots is perfect because they got Ramondre Stevenson and then him. So it's like there's still two. He's still splitting carries. To where if he was going to be the guy for the Browns, he would have had to be an every down back because they don't have an every down back because Nick Chubb was gone. And Jerome Ford has shown you
he's
not that guy.
Nick Chubb was so expensive and cost prohibitive, the Browns said, we just can't afford to re-sign him.
I hear what you're saying.
One of the cheapest options that would have gladly probably taken a hometown discount to stay there. Like, this is where I get so frustrated with the Browns when it comes to that. Because, I understand everything you're saying makes sense. But who would be the better home run threat, right? Trevon Henderson has all the potential to be a great. I'm not saying an all-time great, but he could be one of the best guys in the league at breaking long runs and adding in the fact that he can also return kicks for you. And when he's in the backfield, he looks for linebackers to eat for lunch. Like that when they are in a passing situation, he's a great weapon to have back there, especially if you have an old, frail quarterback or a young quarterback who's never played in the league, which go figure, the Browns are always in that situation, it seems like. So for me, never mind the Quinshawn Judkins legal situation, which I will not. Some people blame the Browns for that. It's like, how could you know that was going to happen?
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, unless there was a bunch of stuff at Ohio State and elsewhere where it was like, oh, he was always in trouble. He wasn't Percy Harvin in college, right? Where it was like, oh, everybody knew this guy was had some character issues. I haven't heard that. You haven't heard that. Most people haven't heard that. So I don't blame the Browns for that part of it. But Quinshawn Judkins, when he is available to play, better come out and run for $120 and be the new Nick Chubb. Because if he's not, there's no way the comparisons will. That is going to be tough if Treyveon keeps breaking plays like that, fair or not. That comparison is always going to work poorly for the Browns.
So you think they were wrong for not bringing back Nick Chubb? I think his 300 yards rushing he had last year, he's a shell of himself. You want him back for nostalgia purposes only.
No. I think you could have him be the workhorse guy while the younger guy comes up and gets ready, is where I'm at on that. I just feel like when you have a talent of a guy who can throw your game plan out the window, when you get a guy who can break one for 70, like Treyveon has shown and obviously, could he do it in the NFL level? Well, apparently he can. Against preseason talent and against guys who are, some of whom maybe not going to be on the roster this week. I get that. But if he keeps showing that type of speed, the comparisons will be hard for the Browns fans to swallow and for Browns front office, quite honestly, because your guy currently is not available to play until you get this legal situation figured out. And meanwhile, the guy that you decided not to take of the two in that backfield went out and just had a pretty impressive first game. Not just that return, it was everything that he did. I mean, he looked pretty good.
The thing about the Nick Chubb thing is, D'Amico Ryans actually just spoke about Nick Chubb. He said, quote, guy's age, he's been through a lot. It's not always going to be the same at his early years in the NFL. But what I hang my hat on with him is that he's a guy this is a guy who loves football. He's physical, he plays, he prepares the right way. Really sharp guy in protection schemes. So when you hear a coach talking like that,
I know he's not going to be your running back one with
right. But also, so the thing is, if you brought Nick, first of all, I want to be totally clear. I would have brought Nick Chubb back, but the reason that I would have brought Nick Chubb back is because he would have taught people how to be a pro in the NFL.
Yes,
that's the reason.
He would have built this little thing called culture, which the Browns don't have
in
right now.
In the same breath, he would have taken carries away from somebody, and he could have stunted somebody's growth.
That's probably fair. All I know is
because at the end of the day, running backs would have had to. It's the same reason why they didn't bring Joe Flacco back. If Quinn Shine or whoever would have been the guy,
just like Bain said, and look where that's brought you right back to me.
Right. I'm not saying it's the greatest thing, but the thing is, you don't want the guy who's supposed to be the guy to have to deal with. If he does one bad thing or one little thing wrong, he should be playing Nick Chubb, just like Deshaun. If Deshaun they should have brought.
You would have
had to deal with that.
Every team's going to have that when they suck.
You don't want to do that to a young guy to where he's always looking over his shoulder.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the same team that drafted 2 rookie quarterbacks this year. Like you,
I don't know why they. Right, I mean, I know why. I know what they needed to do, but
and now you have that situation literally because one of the guys you drafted has gone out and played well, and I don't know if that makes it better or worse for the Browns in that situation. For me, it makes it better because it's like, oh, hey, look, there's a guy that I think we should give all the reps to for the backup quarterback reps, but I don't think they look at it that way, which sucks.
Dylan Gabriel better get out there as soon as he can. He better figure out a way to get out there. By the way, while we're talking about the Browns, if that preseason game has inspired you and you have new expectations for the Cleveland Browns, you can go right on Brown Sports Ohio right now and get the over of 4.5 for -171.
Oh,
I just want to make sure you want to throw a little coin down. If you want to go, if you're feeling really good and you want to go over 6.5 wins on the season.
Are we talking, is there a plus situation going on?
This is a plus situation. Ooh. 261.
Oh, yeah.
You feel like they're going to win 7 games this
season. Hurt me again.
Just want to.
I feel like, yes.
Just want to make sure I throw that out there. Go visit Brown Sports Ohio.
Or you could lower your expectations and take the under. That's also an option.
That's a bet. That's betting
if
with
you take the under,
if
you take the under of 4.5 games, it's plus 139.
Well, then you might as well take first coach getting fired because that might just you might go look those odds up. One of Tyvis's former coaches said it's okay for his players to use obscene gestures, and I approve. Details next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Monday. We are still noticing some major backups for folks over on the west side, just west of Grandview Heights, 70 eastbound, just past Wilson Road. We are still noticing a right lane closed out there. 8 miles per hour for your travel times in this direction. So still noticing those backups, as I mentioned, for your Monday morning commute. A great detour is just taking Broad Street heading into the city instead. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Buckeye Lake Marina. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more.
Keep your summer fun going at Toyota's National Sales Event. Now through September 2nd, get a stylish new 25 Corolla with 4.99 APR financing or 5.99 on Corolla Hybrid. Excludes Corolla Cross and GR Corolla. Or lease a gas-powered Corolla LE for $199 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, I just had the greatest day today. One of our customers in Delaware literally happy cried. Her new windows just completely transformed her home. It was just magical.
Oh, so you like magic.
Well, that's not what I was saying.
Is this your card?
Wilson, you didn't even... Okay, sure. That was my card.
And magic.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
When was the last time you could just jump out of bed without having to worry about your knee or back? You probably have this in the back of your mind. This will disappear, but nothing has ever changed. It's Tyvis Powell, and it's time to call and schedule that free consultation with Dr. Wolkoff and his team at QC Kinetics here in Columbus. There are thousands of patients who will tell you they wish they would have done it sooner. I'm glad that I did. Let me tell you about my experience. Other patients and myself have turned our lives around with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that work with your body to help restore and repair damaged joint tissues. Natural cellular therapies, no scalpels, no pills, just long-term relief with no dreaded recovery. Check it out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. Bring your x-rays and MRIs to QC Kinetics for a free, no-pressure chat and a thorough evaluation to see if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Spend Labor Day weekend at Great American Ballpark. Cheer on the Reds when they face the Cardinals in a 3-game set August 29th through the 31st. Enjoy a fantastic post-game fireworks show on Friday presented by Toyota. Saturday, fans in attendance will receive a Hunter Green bobblehead featuring the Reds ace with his French Bulldog Ross, thanks to Tri-Health while supplies last. Bring the whole crew on Sunday and enjoy some afternoon baseball. Visit Reds.com/tickets today.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone, and I've got a public service announcement for your taste buds. The legendary Sanders Bumpy Cake is finally here in Ohio. Yes, that Sanders Chocolate Fudge Bumpy Cake. Rich devil's food cake topped with smooth buttercream bumps and smothered in thick chocolatey fudge. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. It's the dessert you didn't know you needed until now. Perfect for your next barbecue, tailgate, or a family function. And if you've never had one of these, well, trust me, once you try it, you're going to be hooked. Grab your Sanders Bumpy Cake today at Kroger or Meijer and taste what the hype's all about.
Do you feel that? The season is getting closer. Buckeye football comes your way in 19 days. Every game, every season. Proud to be your flagship home for Ohio State football. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text FORCE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text FORCE to 42424. That's FORCE to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut, minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Hey, we were talking about former Buckeyes having days. Did you see Justin Fields? Played well in his preseason debut.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot to do, but he ran in a 13-yard score, which of course is good.
Saw that.
Was mostly clean on that. He had a 10-play, 79-yard drive where he ran the ball in there. 3 for 4, 42 yards on that drive, and then they got him out of there. But everybody was very positive about that development, so I'm rooting for him, man.
You know what? It was nice to see him have some success because all from what you've been hearing out of training camp from him is that he has been struggling. And the thing with him is where he needs to get to be like a unbelievable, like a really good quarterback is he has to really focus on being able to deliver the ball in the pocket. Like the good news is worst case scenario, we know he can, if the play breaks down, he can make something happen with his legs. He's done that with Chicago. But if he really wants to take that next step to being a really good quarterback, he's got to be able to also beat them with his arms. The same thing Lamar been trying to deal with. He's been trying to figure out, all right, let me tone down the running and let me be better as a pocket passer. And if I need to use my legs, obviously that's there. And that's the next step for Justin Fields.
Yeah. Well, I hope he hits it, and I hope he does well with the Jets. I can root for him because he's not playing for the Steelers, so it makes me feel good. I'm glad that that's not a thing anymore. It always pains me when Buckeyes are playing for the Steelers, as we've talked about with Will Howard and Jack Sawyer. See you in the future when you're not playing for them. Otherwise, I'm rooting against you right now.
So when he ran in that touchdown, he looked really fast, per usual.
Yeah.
Tyvis, you brought up you want to see him pass, be a better pocket passer or whatnot.
Yeah, on that same play, he should have threw it to Garrett Wilson on that spray out, but he missed it.
You're the former football player, but
that was the number one read. He should have threw it.
Can I play devil's advocate and say maybe Justin Fields should embrace the running quarterback role more, given his talent in doing so?
Are you saying that he's not a good passer?
He seemed like he was.
That's what you're trying to say.
He's played a few seasons in the NFL. It seemed like a lot of times he tries to kind of force himself to be that pocket passer, and I feel like maybe he should embrace the scrambling role more.
So the thing about that is, it's about when people bring this up, it's usually just a longevity thing because the body's going to take a beating and the legs is going to lose. You're going to slow down at some point, and then what do you have? It's not like teams is going to sit there and just be like, oh, yeah, we're going to just not blitz him. We're going to make him just stand. Like, they're going to make him sit in the pocket. Like, that's what's going to happen. And teams are they're going to get totally comfortable with, all right, I've seen it, where it's been games where they like, listen, we're not even going to rush up the field. We're going to just make him sit in the pocket and beat us with his arm. And if we get to that point, can he do it successfully? Like, that's the question. And it's not like he's going to see a lot of man-to-man. He's going to see a lot of zone because they want eyes on him just so he doesn't take off. He's going to have quarterback spies with a fast defensive guy. So, like, can you beat us with just your arm? And that's the question mark that he has to answer.
Pete Carroll, your former coach, had no problems.
My guy.
Oh, your guy.
That's my guy right there. Carroll, that might be top 2 of my favorite coaches I've ever played for. He might be number 1. I'm not gonna lie. I love Urban, but he might be more fun than Urban. Wow, he is more fun than Urban. I'm gonna tell you that now. But I really love Pete. Go ahead.
By the way, on that, I was watching some of the Gators documentary they have on Netflix, where it's like that. The Tim Tebow era Gators.
Swamp Kings,
that's right. Yeah. And it's just, I was going through some of that, and it was all about Urban coming in, setting the new tone. And I thought, God, I'm glad I didn't have to play any football ever. Because I saw what you guys went through. I know you didn't play for them, but he probably did similar stuff at Ohio State.
When I watched that documentary on Netflix, I said, deja vu. That is crazy. The same things. It was nice to know that I wasn't the only one that felt the way that they felt. Like, it was everybody.
You should get together with some of those former Florida players. Just have a support group of like, hey, so yeah, you okay after all that? That was a lot. But anyway, Pete Carroll, so he comes back to Seattle, where, of course, he coached for a lot of years. Preseason game, the Raiders are in town. He's coaching the Raiders. And Geno Smith, his quarterback, also played in Seattle. Well, there's a guy that near the players' entrance for the visitors there at the Seahawks Stadium, he holds up signs to taunt the other players. And the sign he came up with this week was bigger bust, Geno or Jamarcus Russell, which I was really not like, if that's all you have, that's pretty weak because Raiders didn't draft Geno Smith. He has had multiple contracts in the NFL. Jamarcus Russell famously did not after being the number 1 overall pick. And then I don't even understand the comparison there, but Geno Smith and Max Crosby both flipped him off. And after the game, Pete Carroll was asked about it. He was like, yeah, did you see the sign? That's fine with me. Like, I'm glad they flipped him off. He deserved it.
I don't understand why it's such a what's the problem?
Because you're $1 million athletes, and that guy probably is it's always like a story of like, he's a steel worker who's got a dog with 3 legs, and you flipped him off.
I just don't like the fact.
Rich athletes doing that to a just working man, and it's like, but the working man shoved it in your face.
That first of all, he didn't cause them any harm. It wasn't no physical altercation.
That's
it wasn't
right.
even a verbal altercation.
Right.
So therefore, it's not really a problem. He saw something that he didn't like, and he responded in the way that he responded to. I don't see anything wrong with this. If it would have escalated, okay, that's the problem. Yes. But in this situation, he did exactly what anybody would have did. Like, it's freedom of speech. You felt how you felt, and I showed you how I felt to what you felt, and that was the end of it.
That is how the coin flips, my friend, on that free speech thing, is you've got the right to say what you want.
I watched 12 go rip down a sign after his famous tweet. We was playing Indiana, and they had said something about Cardell in school or something like that. And Cardell went right over there and ripped the sign right down, like that, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, that's the way it should be, man. I don't have any problem if you're a fan. By the way, this guy probably is thrilled that he's gone viral, that his sign went viral, that Pete Carroll talked about it. Like, this is not a negative for him. It's a positive that he feels like he got in someone's head and got a reaction. So,
by the way, I saw an interview with Jamarcus Russell recently, and they asked him about the bust conversation. He's like, I don't see myself as a bust. I'm a millionaire. I was like, that is the attitude I would have if I was him. I'd be like, I sold out millions of dollars.
That's the attitude that you have to have, because you
otherwise you'd have to have this thing called self-reflect.
Yeah,
like you'd have to actually look at yourself.
Deep down, as much as a millionaire, you could be rich and all that, but literally anytime somebody sees you, oh, hey, that's their bust. Like that, that'll get to you. No matter how much money you make, that would get to you.
I would still immediately ask them to break out their Chase app, and we would be comparing bank accounts.
I hear you, but like, it's still as much money as you have, you still will feel like I didn't do what I was supposed to do. Like that.
No, I see what you're saying, Tyvis, but also I would probably be the guy who just says, oh, yeah, I'm a bust. Anyway, is that your Bentley or mine? Oh, that's mine.
I hear you.
See you later.
I hear what you're saying.
Buckeyes added a coach this weekend. We will tell you what his job's going to be next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, still looking pretty slow for folks over on the west side after a pretty big crash on 70 eastbound heading into the city. Other than that, though, 71 southbound over by Blendon Township looking pretty good. 161 westbound, good morning for folks over in New Albany. No problems to talk about out there. And lastly, 270 southbound over by Groveport looking fantastic for your Monday commute. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
And we're back talking all things connectivity with Spectrum customers Kev and Melissa. So tell us, how long have you been with Spectrum, and how important is a reliable internet connection?
We've been Spectrum customers since we moved 12 years ago. The first thing we did is sign up for Spectrum Internet.
You get a lease, you get Wi-Fi.
Yes,
immediately.
We need that. We had Spectrum Wi-Fi before our couch got here.
That's true. That's a true story.
I'll sleep on the floor, but I won't go to bed with no internet.
You heard it here. Switch to Spectrum now.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Hi, welcome to IKEA. Hi, I'm in a whirlwind of college prep. Gotcha. We've got affordable solutions to create the perfect college living space. Great. And visit our website to see how verified college students with an IKEA family account can receive a one-time use 15% off coupon. Nice. You guys think of everything. Pretty much. Offer ends 9/30/25. Valid ID required. Discount applied proportionally across items purchased as shown on receipt. See IKEA-USA.com/ready for college for complete terms.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement, or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate, or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
At Dick's Sporting Goods, we have always believed sport has the power to change lives. Community happens here. Change happens here. Sport happens here. Introducing the all-new Dick's House of Sport, bringing new experiences, new services, and unrivaled selection from the top brands to a new place Polaris can call home. Featuring a rock wall, a HitTrax multi-sport cage, and 3 golf hitting bays. Dick's House of Sport at Polaris Fashion Place. Grand opening celebration August 15th through August 17th.
Hey friends, it's Austin Ward, and I'm coming up on 2 full years since starting Awaken 180. Dropped 50 pounds, and I still check the scale like it owes me money. Guess what? Hasn't budged. Still under 200 pounds, still feeling great. keeping weight off this long isn't luck or magic. It's just having the right playbook. Awaken 180 taught me exactly what works, what doesn't, and how to stay lean without the struggle. Want real, lasting results? Don't just drop the weight, retire it for good. Trust me, Awaken 180 is your winning game plan. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My AC stopped working. Your competition says it's fried. When I saw their cost to replace it, I could have just died.
We can give a second opinion, give you options and advice. We'll strive to earn your trust and make you a client for life. Get a free second opinion, replace or repair. Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cincinnati Reds put on a hitting clinic versus the Pittsburgh Pirates yesterday. Miguel Andujar hit his first homer in a Reds uniform, while Spencer Steer and Noelvi Marte had 3 hits and 4 RBI each to help Cincy outlast Pittsburgh 14-8 to earn a split of the 4-game series. The Reds will host the Phillies tonight at 6:10. And the Cleveland Guardians were going for the sweep against the Chicago White Sox yesterday, but failed to do so after losing 6-4 in Chicago. The Guards have the day off today before they start a 3-game home series versus the Miami Marlins tomorrow. This update was sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Don't put off losing weight this summer. Reach your goal during the easiest season for weight loss. Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of summer. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces. And cracky. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Overachiever of the Week coming up at 7:45. We've got actually a few nominations for that one this week, so plenty to get to there. Plenty of preseason football to talk about. I said it last week, Tyvis. This is the time of year where it's like, oh yeah, preseason game 1, I'll watch a bunch of them. I'm watching third quarters to see guys who are maybe going to make the team, maybe not. Then you get that second preseason game, and I'm like, okay. And then when they come out with the third preseason game, we're like, oh, we're not playing any starters, and everybody's going to. And that's the one where I'm like, all right, good for you. That's where I'm like, then I'm like, let's just get to football. But right now, it's still good because we haven't watched a lot of NFL football in the last 8 months or whatever it's been. So. Yeah, bring it on. I'm ready for it.
The first one is always a bunch of excitement. The second one, for some odd reason, I feel like the second one is the one where you don't see a lot of starters playing because
whenever that one is,
because
right.
it's more joint practices and things like that. So like if you do like 2 joint practices with a team, usually the starters don't play in that game because they got their work in those joint practices. The third one, I feel like every starter should play in the third one because you're going to get a week off. And if you don't play them in that, then that means essentially they haven't played in the game for like 3 weeks before the first game. So
yeah, I guess it depends on the team, right? Because some of them are playing them in week 1.
Some playing them week, yeah. So I mean, like I know, like the Chiefs. I feel like Patrick Mahomes playing everyone. It's just different teams do different things. I think the Chiefs do that. I think Joe Burrow wants to do that this year. I feel like the Rams don't never play their starters. So it's like, yeah, it hasn't been a way to know exactly which the perfect setup is for the preseason to get you ready for the regular season.
Saw this over the weekend, switching over to the Buckeyes. Apparently the Buckeyes have added a new defensive coach. This is former Dolphins defensive coordinator Josh Boyer joining Ohio State staff. Pete Thamel was the first to report that, or Pete Thamel. I always forget how to say his name.
I think it's Thamel.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Thamel.
I started saying Pete Thamel because that's what I heard people saying, and now I hear him say Pete Thamel, so I have to readjust. Anyway, that guy who apparently Michigan fans hate. They're not a fan of his, I guess.
Why?
I don't know, because he dared to report on the cheating that was happening there. And then I remember very distinctly that there was Desmond Howard, who was basically like, yeah, you want him? He's in the stadium. Go get him. And they were like, he said, they're like, I can't even be near the fans right now because they were like death threats toward him. And Desmond Howard was joking about it. Anyway, good times, Desmond. What a great teammate you sound like. Anyway, back to Josh Boyer. He's going to be now an assistant at Ohio State. We're not exactly sure of his title, but 11 Warriors I saw dug this up because Matt Patricia, who is the now defensive coordinator at Ohio State, he has worked with Josh Boyer a lot. They worked together in New England, and he was Matt Patricia back in January, a podcast where he was talking with, I think it was Julian Edelman.
Yeah, Julian Edelman's podcast.
Yeah. So they were discussing this about, like all the stuff that Matt Patricia does. And he actually brought up unprompted Josh Boyer's name and said, oh, yeah, that's my eyes upstairs. That's the guy who, he helped me see everything. I had all these plays. I had all these different things we wanted to do, but he was the guy who made it all work. He could recognize stuff quickly and help us get stuff in. So that's what 11 Warriors kind of put out there to say, maybe this is it. And I think that seems like a pretty logical conclusion to reach, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, I think that you want to have a guy that because they were talking about, he was breaking it down on there about how when he was obsessed with the call sheet. So, the call sheet, the defensive call sheet, meaning that piece of paper that you see coaches looking at, that's the call sheet. He said he was obsessed with trying to get that perfect for the game. And he spent a lot of time. He said he started off the week with 600 plays, and by the time the game came around, he had 60. That he was willing to call.
Crazy to me how you can whittle it down like that.
And then he was talking about how most defensive coordinators, because I've looked at the call sheet, they break it down. They have they have situations, and then they have the personnels on the back of their paper. So 11 personnel, 10 personnel, 21 personnel. He said he didn't do that, which allowed him to have more space. His person that gave him the personnel was Josh. That's the guy. He would yell out. So instead of looking like what personnel they in, he would tell them the personnel, and he'd be like, okay, this is what we call and type thing. And it was just a easier process for him, for Matt Patricia. But it seems like Josh he got some secondary stuff. He was a defensive back coach in New England, a corners coach in New England. In Miami, he was the defensive pass game coordinator and cornerbacks coach. So, yeah, I think he's probably, for Monday through Fridays, he's probably going to do some work helping with, assisting the defensive back in the secondaries and things like that. And on game day, pretty much sounds like he's going to be in the box. And Matt Patricia's going to be on the field, which Matt Patricia's always seemed to have been on the field, in my personal opinion. A lot of defensive coordinators are on the field. The only one that may have been in the box is Jim Knowles that I know of.
By the way, Josh Boyer, born in Heath, went to Muskingum.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Ohio guy. Yes. That's great. Not that it matters, right?
No,
I don't care where you're from. I mean, Ryan Day's not from Ohio, and he just won a national championship here. But, yeah, you like having the Ohio guys on the staff. I think that's good. Also, Ryan Day was talking about who he wants or how he wants to go about picking this quarterback. He was talking to Big Ten Network where he essentially said, yeah, I hope to have this wrapped up by 2 weeks before the Texas game. That would be ideal, is to know who the quarterback is and have a couple of weeks to prepare that guy as the starter. Well, quick math tells me that would be this weekend, right? So, I mean, it sounds like we're getting close to a decision. Wouldn't you think, Tyvis?
Oh, yeah, man. I've been saying, I figured it'd happen sometime this week because, at some point, you got to turn your attention to Texas. It's not like Texas is Grambling State or something like that. This is number one versus number two. You need to give them the proper preparation that you need for them to be successful. Man, you can't let this quarterback race keep dragging on. You just got to pick a guy and just go.
Oh, I fully agree. I also think the quarterback coming in here, being Arch Manning, that's obviously going back.
Boy.
Oh, I know, but going back to the defense, I wonder who's got more in their head on all the intangibles, right? Because you have all of the Texas players who are looking at this going, well, we know what happened last year. We want revenge. All the players who are returning, right? Arch Manning probably is like, man, if I'd have played in that game some more, maybe it would have gone differently. I'm sure he believes in himself. But then for the Ohio State players, all they've been hearing about all offseason is like, how should you take 2027 for Arch Manning? And can he win 3 Heismans in 2 years? Is that allowed? Everything is about how Arch Manning is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I don't blame people who feel that way. He did look great in the limited time we saw him. He obviously comes in with a lot of talent, but I could see that defense also saying, is that right? Heisman Trophy campaign starts here in Columbus, huh? We'll see about that. I'm just wondering where those intangibles go with that discussion.
By the way, Quinn Ewers struggled yesterday.
Yeah.
He's 5 for 18, 91 yards. It was not great.
Tyvis mentioned this being number 1 and number 2 for the coaches poll. By the way, AP poll comes out today at noon.
Oh, yeah. That's
Might
right.
see Penn State at number 1? Question mark.
Yeah, the AP doesn't. They don't have any loyalty to trying to get the 1-2 matchup there. They don't care about that. And you know what? Who knows? Maybe it'll be groupthink from all those guys, and they'll just put it 1-2 anyway. Who will remains to be seen. But the AP could easily, you're right, put Penn State up there, and then that little argument will be fun. I'm sure we'll all have it for the next few weeks till they all start playing. All right, we had a bizarre situation in an NFL preseason game. We'll tell you about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Monday. We are noticing a new crash for folks over on our northwest side this time. This is Dublin, Plain City, looking at you. 33 westbound, just past 161 Post Road. We are noticing a crash out there. Left shoulder currently blocked. Looks like one car was involved and looks like it may have ended up in the median, the ditch out there. So hopefully they are okay. Other than that, we're just noticing some regular slowdowns throughout the metro. We want to make sure everyone's taking it nice and easy on the roads again for your Monday commute. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by 3D Cabinetry, your go-to for fast, hassle-free service from order to install with fully assembled all-wood affordable cabinets. Free consultation at 3dcabinetry.net.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Dear McDonald's, your breakfast menu? Fire. 10s across the board. I could be happy with anything, even though I order the same thing every time. Thanks for not judging me. I'll try something new next time. Maybe.
For a limited time, you can enjoy a savory sausage McMuffin with egg meal, including golden hash browns and a small hot coffee for just $5. Price and participation may vary.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You ever feel like your money is just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money is always doing something.
Like what?
Like automatically pushing more to savings so you can take that trip.
I like trips.
Who doesn't? It even tracks your progress. You're almost there.
Well, I better pack.
And it charts your spending so you know which vacation hat you can afford.
How does it know I like hats?
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway and refresh the vibe with 69-cent large big gulp drinks. Get 69-cent large big gulp drinks at Speedway with Speedy Rewards. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
Hey guys, Anthony here. You don't have to live with just getting by. Lacking the energy you should have to enjoy life, no fun. You know, I've been telling you about Low T Center for years and how important it is to find out if testosterone replacement therapy is the answer you've been looking for to rebound into a great outlook. Low T Center has been improving the quality of hundreds of thousands of lives with personalized care. And now they have some great news to share. They're introducing women's services to all Low T centers. That's right. Women can now enjoy the same life-changing, medically guided hormone therapy from Low T Center. If your partner is experiencing fatigue, moodiness, or just feeling off, she might benefit from hormone therapy at Low T Center. Help her get back to her best self. And if you still haven't taken the T-test, what are you waiting for? Get started today. Imagine how great you'll both feel. Visit fixmylowt.com to schedule your appointment.
Join the Fan weeknights at 6 for the Buckeye Show. And if you're asking if it's just a bunch of homers rooting for all things Ohio State, yes it is. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Got a teen athlete? Then you know putting in the hours is all part of the game. But did you know the same goes for learning how to drive? Because just like playing a sport, learning to drive takes practice. The only difference is the stakes are even higher. 50 hours of practice time driving with you? Worth every minute. Gear up at teachyourteentodrive.ohio.gov.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Happy New Week, everyone. Kicking off the week with clear skies and temperatures in the 60s. And then this afternoon, a hot and humid day with our highs into the low 90s and plenty of sunshine. Although we could see a few stray showers and thunderstorms out there, most of us will remain dry. For tonight, mostly clear with overnight lows into the 70s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971 or hit up the YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. You'll be right in there. Our guy Heron is in there, the Michigan fan. He always likes to jump into YouTube, make it interesting. He said, what did he say? Desmond did the Heisman pose versus OSU. Go Blue, 2,081 days, cupcakes. God, that's depressing. Is that really how long it's been? There's no way it's been 2,081 days since they...
Yeah, it has been. It has been since 2019.
All right. That's sad. I'm so frustrated.
I mean, they were scared in 2020 to
I know,
play,
I know.
whatever.
And they cheated, and I got it. I haven't seen the Buckeyes win a game against that team in a very long time, and I've got withdrawal now. I need it back. Yep. This has to be the year. It has to happen.
2,081 days ago was Saturday, November 30th, 2019.
God, that is okay. All right, I'm gonna just recalibrate that in my head.
But Tyvis has pretty much guaranteed an Ohio State victory this year.
I think that I'm pretty sure.
You said you need to see the quarterbacks.
I'm pretty sure
you need to see who's playing quarterback.
That game. I'm pretty sure they win that game this year.
All right. Well, I've got some more Buckeye discussion coming up. But first, a bizarre situation in an NFL preseason game. Did you see CeeDee Lamb getting trucked by the referee in their Dallas Cowboys preseason game?
Yeah, he got blew up. That referee was getting it too. That's the sick part.
Oh yeah. Well, so if you missed all of this, the situation is CeeDee Lamb's not playing in this game. The Cowboys are playing the Rams. This was on Saturday. I believe this was in LA, right? I want to say it was.
Yeah, it was in LA.
Okay. So CeeDee Lamb's just watching the proceedings, and he is very excited about one of his fellow wide receivers. Jonathan Mingo was breaking down the field.
Wide open.
Ball looked like it, and so CeeDee Lamb tried to do I don't know if it's the Lane Kiffin. I don't know who we want to call this, but the throw your hands up and signal touchdown. It's
like a Steph Curry type thing.
Yeah,
right? It's good. You know it's a touchdown.
And he kind of turned his back to the field of play and was just like, oh, yeah, this is going to be a touchdown. This is a great play. Well, unfortunately for him, Jonathan Mingo, the ball was underthrown, and actually he didn't even end up catching it.
No, he did not.
But the referee who's trying to follow this, they have to run step for step with a lot of these plays down the field. So the line judge or whoever it is on the side there, side judge, I guess, he's running down the field, and he's not looking at the sideline because you're not supposed to be in the white painted area. That's exactly where CeeDee Lamb was standing, and boom, he got hit from behind. And for a second there, that could have been really bad for either of those men, but certainly I'm sure Cowboys fans, their heart went up in their throat for a second going, oh no, is our stud wide receiver going to be out now? This is not good. Fortunately, he was okay.
So 2 things about this. One, this is why you should be behind the line. It's exactly why you should be behind the line. 2, this corner should be he should be very thankful for CeeDee Lamb in this situation because this is pass interference. So when you underthrow, he hooked the guy. It was like pass interference on the play, but the referee obviously couldn't see it because he was on the floor.
Well, and then the Cowboys get a penalty for it because that's a penalty.
As interference.
Yeah,
you get a warning the first time, but they definitely threw the flag. You get a sideline warning. You got to back up.
Have you ever been anywhere close to being in this situation?
No.
You're nowhere near the field of play when the offense is on the field?
I've been up there, but see me when I watch the games, I like to watch it from a far distance, which I guess he was, but I wouldn't have turned my back and threw my hands up. I like to watch the whole thing play out. Right?
I'm just glad it didn't become a worse situation there because
he got blasted.
He did. And then to his credit, he hopped up and then he was going to the teammates, and I couldn't tell what he was saying, but it kind of looked like he was saying yeah, that's my fault. That's on me. I'm okay. But everyone was laughing about it, and it worked out because he got up and was fine. But can you imagine Jerry Jones' press conference the next day if CeeDee Lamb was out for the season because of some kind of injury? And then he would look at Micah Parsons and be like, that's why I'm not paying you any money. It's you get run over by a ref. And it's now another thing for him.
Bench on this one, he's yeah, let me go sit down.
Get hit by a car.
Yeah, or a ref, apparently. I did see that Jerry Jones over the weekend was asked some more questions about Micah Parsons, and he shut it all down and didn't really respond to it and said, I have nothing really to say to that, nothing to really add to it. And
there's nothing to talk about. He's going to get paid. End of the story.
So pay him. The end.
You got to keep, you got to keep your name in the national media,
Do you?
Yeah.
Do the Dallas Cowboys need to keep their name in the national media? Is that a thing we're in danger of losing if somehow Jerry Jones acts normal?
Give him something to talk about.
Does Jerry Jones have a reality series coming out? Did I see that right?
He should. If he doesn't.
I don't. Yes, this is the problem. I would probably watch it. And also, I would probably hate myself for watching it. Yeah.
Did you ever see him do the mannequin challenge?
Jerry Jones?
Yeah. Remember the mannequin challenge?
Yeah, where you just stood there
and be real still.
Yeah.
Did you?
Was that on the plane when they're all doing it? Oh, God. That was so dumb. Yeah, man. That's, you know what? This just did. Guys who are in their 80s trying to do trends that are made for TikTok. Doesn't always work. He does have a Netflix series coming out called America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys. Apparently that is coming out, I think, maybe this week.
You tuning in?
You know what? I probably will check it out just because I want to see behind the scenes Jerry Jones as much as I can because I think he is insane. And yes, this is the undeniable reality that I hate myself for, which is I am someone who bemoans the fact the Cowboys are on all the time. And then when the Cowboys are on, I tune in and watch because I want to see them lose. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. I contribute to the reason why they always put their games on at 4:20.
Yeah, 4:25 on Fox, like clockwork.
You tune in to watch them because you want them to lose.
Yeah. Pretty much. And that has been a recipe for success in media. You can go back to the days of Howard Stern, Rush Limbaugh on radio, where those guys, they had Rush Limbaugh, a very political figure. He had guys, people that listened to his show that disagreed with him completely, but they would tune in to say, I can't wait to hear him say something to get me mad. And then they get all riled up, but they would listen for an hour and he would get the ratings for it, even if they didn't like him. So, yeah, Jerry Jones is good for that with the NFL. Whether you love him or hate him, he gets people to pay attention to it. It kind of sucks when it dominates the entire media landscape. So we will stop doing that here for now and wait until tomorrow when he has something else for us to talk about. In the meantime, I also saw an odd injury situation in NASCAR. The Xfinity Series, which is like it's the series below the Cup Series. So it's like the guys it's like AAA, basically in baseball. It's the AAA of NASCAR. These are guys that are like on their way up, but there's just not a spot for them in the main Cup Series. Anyway, this guy, Connor Zilch, he was a young up-and-coming driver. He's 19 years old. He won this race at a road course called Watkins Glen in New York. The NASCAR guys are racing there too. Got out of the car, hopped up on top of the car, which all the drivers do now. They hop on top of their car and they
crack a beer.
Well, they pump their fists and all their guys throw Gatorade at him and whatever. It's fun. Problem was he got up there and it was slippery. I don't know if they already started throwing Gatorade on it or what, but he lost his footing. And when I tell you, this NASCAR driver fell as hard as any human being I've ever seen fall. He fell from the top of the car down to the pavement like in a half a second. The problem was when he slipped, he tried to put his foot down to catch himself, but his foot got caught in the door. So it kind of like hooked him where he had no bracing. I think he might have had something in his hands like a Gatorade bottle or something. He went right to the ground and then did not get up. And they're on the broadcast like, oh my. And then they had to go to commercial because he didn't move. And they thought maybe he knocked himself out. Turned out he had a broken collarbone.
Yeah. He tweeted out, thank you everybody for reaching out today. I'm out of the hospital and getting better already. Thankfully, CT scans for my head are clear. I just have a broken collarbone. Thankful for all the medics for their quick attention and grateful it wasn't any worse.
I got a text from my buddy who watches a lot of NASCAR. He's like, did you see Connor Zilch fell off his car? And I'm like, why was he on it?
Nasty.
I didn't understand that he fell off in the victory lane. Like he won the race. That's one of those the thrill of victory, agony of defeat moments, right?
But he didn't even try to catch himself. That's the part that gets me, is that he just failed. He didn't try to brace the fall or nothing.
He's a race car driver too. The reaction time for those guys is usually pretty great. I don't understand how he didn't catch himself, to your point. How he didn't even put his arms out. But.
Yeah, like why would you not put a hand down?
Maybe he thought, I don't want to break my wrist, but instead he broke his collarbone.
Yeah, that could have been the calculation because, those guys do think about their hands because they're driving. They don't want to, now he's on the shelf for a while because you can't drive a car with a broken collarbone, I'm told. I don't know. I don't want to find out. I don't want to have to try to do it, but yeah, we have to get you to a NASCAR race, Tyvis. We have to go out there and see if we can watch somebody fall off their car.
Well, so you telling me that if you win a race, your reward is a broken collarbone?
Well, hopefully not. Would you ever want to go around a track in a NASCAR? Like in a stock car, a race car?
No.
Would you drive a pace car?
No.
Why not?
Yeah, sure. I drive a pace car.
Goes like 100.
Yeah, I drive a pace car.
You go like 100 miles an hour in a
you
really
do that in Cardale's Tesla all the time on your way to work in Cleveland.
I drive that pace car and be eating me a Chipotle burrito at the same time.
The Chipotle 500 is going to need to call you up and have an honorary pace car driver, Tyvis Powell, with a burrito in hand. You're just rolling down there. They're like, we had to delay the start of the race. Tyvis is.
I'm like, wait a minute, my burrito ain't ready yet. Y'all gotta wait.
All right, we're gonna get you out to a NASCAR race where you can drive the pace car, eat your burrito, and have fun. Because it is. I mean, it's fast car like that. You should get out there and do that. You've driven a fast car.
I can watch all these people bring in coolers of beer.
Yes, that does happen. You can bring cooler lemonade because you don't drink. That's fine.
When there was a racetrack here, what was like the highest level of racing that occurred there?
The one like the Columbus Motor Speedway?
Yes.
That was like, there was a level beneath where these guys are that I was just talking about. They were probably like the third division. Those guys would come to Columbus Motor Speedway. I've met some NASCAR drivers there. Guys like Chase Elliott, who's won the NASCAR Cup. He raced there when he was like a 17-year-old kid or whatever. So, yeah, like they would have future stars come through. That was a cool little track. Now I think it's a lacrosse field, right?
Right. Yeah. They put some type of field there.
Fortress Obets. Sure. That's fine. Time marches on. I get it. Paul Finebomb took a shot at the Big Ten. You hear what he had to say in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there. Well, good morning to our folks over in Canal Winchester and Pickerington. If you're taking 33 westbound right now, it's actually looking really good compared to what we're usually used to seeing on a Monday commute. We got 63 miles per hour, so really no slowdowns. That is some great news, folks. Other than that, for folks over in New Albany, a different story here, especially if you're taking 161, that eastbound direction over by Beach Road, looking at 27 miles per hour. Definitely a lot slower for your drive time there. Want to make sure folks are taking it nice and easy. No crashes out here, just a lot more people on the roads. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
My name is Georgios Tsetis. I'm the co-founder of Nutrafol. My hair started thinning in my early 20s. I tried everything and nothing was really working. So we created Nutrafol. Our hair growth supplements undergo clinical trials and have helped millions of men and women get visibly thicker and stronger hair in just 3 to 6 months.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com. That's Nutrafol.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's T-Bone. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
You can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis. You can at Bone and Tyvis 971, I should say. You can also go check out our guy. What do they call him on Rothman and Ice? TLC?
Yeah,
Cole
the loose cannon,
baby. Cole, he tweeted something yesterday that went super viral. Did you see that?
No.
He is Cole Bart Radio on Twitter.
What is Cole talking about?
So there's a kid, I guess, at Cardinals games that dresses like an ump and mimics the calls of the umpires and stands in the middle of his section. TV cameras were on this kid. Yeah, it was a neat little moment because the announcers are talking about this guy. He has a full-on umpire uniform on. So Cole retweeted this. It's a 13-year-old kid named Bradley who was doing this impersonation. And Cole said, "This kid is a nuisance to everyone in his section, and everybody knows it. His parents are oblivious." Yes, Cole, I agree. So
F them kids.
Right. So I look, his retweet of this thing has 41,000 likes on it and about 500 replies, and half of them are like, "Wow, way to crap on a 13-year-old kid. Like, why? Just let him be out there." And everyone, Cole's like responding, going, "I don't blame the kid. I blame the dad. The dad is," and I think that's right. Yeah. Your kid doesn't need to be this. That's annoying.
I'm looking at Adam King. Adam King says, "For those that are frustrated in the replies, I get it. There is a reason he is an intern."
Jeez. Hey, man, good for TLC. That's right. Cole, I'm telling you, I get out of my kids all the time about, like, you do not need to be messing it up for the adults. Do you know how hard the adults are working? Stop messing this up for them. You just sit there and enjoy it and be quiet. Don't mess this up for us. And this little kid has not learned that lesson. So I agree with Cole. As a parent of kids, I say, tell your damn kid to put his Halloween costume away and watch the game. That's what I say. Let him do it do it for like 2 pitches and then go sit down. Did he do this for the whole game?
Did he do it for the whole game?
Apparently he does. They said he's like known for doing this.
So a little backstory, regardless of which side you're on, if you're with or against Cole. Cole used to work in St. Louis.
Oh, I know. Yes.
So I feel like he's seen this kid up close and personal. Also, Cole in his 20s and has no kids.
No, but you know what? This is like, and I mean, I'm probably going to tick some people off this, but it's true.
Oh,
this is the way it is.
Say it.
Some of the celebrity fans you have at Ohio Stadium, if you go talk to the people who sit in their sections, like the camera finds those guys with the capes on and the face paint, and I won't name their names, but you know exactly who I'm talking about. One of them drives a convertible, and all those guys, if you go talk to the people in their sections, they're like, oh yeah, he blocks our view, he's annoying, can't stand him. Yes, and that's why they move around. They move around because they know.
Don't you talk about that guy like that.
I know who I'm talking about.
You know what? Don't you talk about him.
Telling you.
Cool people.
Go ask the ushers at Ohio State how they feel about it when they have to get all the complaints from all the people in the section who are like, celebrity fan. Yeah, great. He's here. He's on the camera. And now he's like knocked over my drink and he's in everybody's way. Yeah, go ask them how they feel about that.
Like he was nice to me.
Of course he was, because he wanted your autograph. Yeah, that's how that works.
He pulled up to one of my sets when I was doing the pregame show with Matty Ice. He pulled up on us one day.
That's good.
Good guy. Cool guy.
Good for him.
I know there's billions of dollars made in pro and college sports, but in the end, they're playing a kid's game and people just take it too seriously. Like, let this kid have fun.
Oh,
Who
you mean this
cares?
umpire kid?
Yes, and
No.
even, super fans, whatever.
That's fine.
They're just being fans. Like, yes, I understand not being inconsiderate, but it's a kid's game.
Maybe he wants to be a ump when he gets
No. Please, look, you're right. They're playing a kid's game, and that's why they charge lemonade and Kool-Aid prices for these tickets. Oh, wait, no, they charge you hundreds of dollars for these tickets that you work all damn year to afford to take your family, and your kids didn't dress up like an umpire. Yeah. I think I have a right as a parent to be like, hey, that's cool. Where's the parent on this kid who's like doing a cosplay of the guy we hate, the umpire? Who roots for umpires? Who's like, when I grow up, that's what I want to dress like. I don't get this kid at all.
We need more people that support umpires and officials and referees. I really think that. They get a bad rap.
Actually, an overachiever of the week, I have an umpire. There is an umpire, so the umpires will get some representation coming up at 7:45. But I don't need the 13-year-old kid who, do it for an inning and then go away, right? Like there's guys at Nationwide that wear the referee shirts for the Jackets. They sit right behind the goal, or they have for many years, and they would just stand up and like chug a beer, or whatever. They might yell at a call, but they don't like interrupt the entire flow of the game. This kid is standing in the middle of the stairs.
All I can say is poor Cole.
Cole,
he loves it.
I agree with Cole.
No,
I'm on Cole's side.
Cole is going to get to a stage in his life where he's going to get serious with some gal, and she's going to want to have kids. And they going to pull up this tweet because the internet is just forever.
That's great.
And it's basically going to say that he hates kids.
She's going to be like, I'm sorry, were you harassing a 13-year-old online? He's like, no, I was yelling at the parents. I promise. It's no shade to this kid.
I guess it depends. If the kid for like every strike call is in the crowd going, strike.
That's what it looks like he's doing.
One thing. Like,
he's signaling, like doing
he's doing the home run
He's
signal.
doing the home run signal when a guy hits a home run. Come on.
Poor Cole.
But hey, you know what, though? It was good for 5 seconds of TV. I think it might be annoying for 9 innings. I can totally understand where Cole's coming from. All right. Paul Finebomb had this to say about the Big Ten and the SEC.
It is. And by the way, if it's not, I'm leaving the country because I am so sick and tired of being harassed by Big Ten fans on our show. The Big Ten has literally done nothing. They won 2 national championships. Michigan won one 2 years ago. They've won 1.5 national championships, I think, and before that in 70 years, and they act like they invented football. Alabama has won about 15 national championships in my lifetime. Now, I realize that's not a good comparison to a realistic lifespan, but I believe Texas is going to win. I didn't mean to avoid your question. It's going to end all this, and on January 20th, I'll be the happiest man in America because I won't have to listen to the Big Tenors, or as my callers call them, the Little Tenors.
Oh, the Little Tenors. That's real original. By the way, that was from Netflix Sports Club with Danny Klippinger. So shout out to her for getting that interview.
Wasn't familiar with her before Tyvis sent this clip. My. Oh, my. I will be looking for her on sidelines all football season.
Oh, I didn't even look at all that. Dylan is crazy, man. I didn't even look at that part. Wow.
Dylan also told us, he told us last week he's going to judge whether he's going to a concert or a game by like what the clientele will be in the audience at said event. Not even if the music's good or the game is good. None of that. It's who's going to be there that you might be able to meet up with. And you know what? Right. I appreciate that, Dylan.
And now I was
there
be watching football games based off of Danny Klupinger as the sideline reporter.
That's a shame.
Don't be surprised, Tyvis, if like in a month we're getting like, guys, you sure you don't want to talk to Danny Klupinger? She's got a great show. You should have her as a guest.
Dylan, did you watch?
Know what? We may, because she might just do a good job, but I just know Dylan's motivation. If he's like, I'm just reaching out professionally to get your phone number. That's literally all it is.
You guys will be like, Dylan, did you watch the Ohio State game? No, Danny Klupinger was on the Eastern Michigan sidelines. I was watching that.
Right. Somehow Dylan knows a lot about Colorado State all of a sudden out of nowhere. Good for you. Nick Saban, the actual comments that, I don't know why I said Nick Saban, Paul Finebomb had.
She do a show with Brooke. Shout out to Brooke.
Brooke who?
Fletcher.
Why do you say Brooke Fletcher? Who's Brooke Fletcher?
Brooke Fletcher she does Big Ten sideline. She does Chicago media.
A coworker of yours.
Okay. Right.
She did a daily show with Josh in Chicago. And that's so like I met her through Josh, and then when I started doing the tailgate
Joshua
show,
Perry, for those who are not familiar with Tyvis's phone list of people that he knows. Yes.
So when I started doing the Big Ten, sometimes she'd be the sideline reporter, and so we like talk before the games and stuff like that. So yeah.
So what you're saying is that I'm 4 degrees away from this Danny Klupinger girl. That's what you're telling me, Tyvis.
I mean,
sure.
Paul Finebomb's on every week here with Bishop and Friends, so you're really just a phone call away from Paul Finebomb there you go. Anyway, Paul Finebomb says he's sick of the Big Ten winning. As much as I can't stand Michigan, and I'm really conflicted about feeling good about Michigan winning a national championship, I do like the fact that Paul Finebomb hates it. I like the fact that Ohio State fans have made him miserable.
We love the fact that Mark May has been silent.
Yeah, I like that.
And I haven't heard from him since we beat Alabama in 2015.
I think that's right. All I know is this. If Ohio State could go out and beat Texas early on, that would be great. But I really care about what Ohio State does in December and hopefully January. Hopefully they can get it done again. And then we can have Paul Finebomb saying he said he'll leave the country if the Big Ten wins the national championship again. So
where's he gonna go?
I'd love to be able to play this clip on January 20th.
Well, the other place that care about football a little bit is Canada.
I don't see Paul Finebomb moving to Canada.
No, he doesn't strike me as someone who would. I don't know. Like I feel like you have to be rugged to live in most of Canada. I realize there are very big metropolis cities. Maybe he'd do well in like Toronto or Montreal, like a city like that, but I don't see him out in Saskatchewan. You know what I mean? Herding cattle or whatever you have to do out there. Overachiever of the week coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Monday morning. We are noticing some slowdowns for folks over in Grove City, especially if you're heading downtown. 71 northbound, a little bit slower than usual. 72 miles per hour, closer to 270. But boy, does it drop to 43 miles per hour over by Green Lawn Avenue. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Rates as low as 5.54% APR and a $400 cash bonus when you refinance your auto loan with BMI Federal Credit Union. Visit bmifcu.org/refinance.
2 years ago, Bobby Carpenter completed treatments for knee pain at QC Kinetics. So we're checking in with the former college and pro football player to see how he's doing.
I've been asked a lot, like, how long does this last? How long does it work? I go, I've had mine for a couple of years, and everything feels very good. It feels just as good as it did when I started to turn the corner.
Bobby's an active husband, dad, and business owner. That's why 2 years ago, he heard about QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments, and he knew he could trust them for his chronic knee pain.
And thankfully, with QC Kinetics, I was able to go through this, and my activities are the same as it was. I'm able to coach my kids in sports. I can play golf. I can go run.
QC Kinetics patients like Bobby don't miss a beat. No surgery or rehab, just freedom from debilitating joint pain. Ready for lasting relief from joint pain? Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of the things we constantly hear from customers, Wilson, it's impossible to pick a favorite. We've got 5 different window lines here at Pella for the $300,000 to the $3 million home.
Yep, impossible to pick a favorite. My parents would always say that.
Oh, Wilson, that's so sweet.
Yeah, other than I'm an only child.
Oh. Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rated the leading window brand at PellaColumbus.com.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unnatural liability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality security officers and the endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit eventriskinc.com.
If you have an unhealthy obsession with the Blue Jackets, we have just the remedy. Join us Wednesday nights at 7 for the Inside Edge. All the Jackets and hockey conversation you can handle. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Patriot Air Comfort Systems and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
In terms of the Waffle House menu, Tyvis covered and smothered his opponents. Meanwhile, T-Bone is a chunk of hash who's often covered in gravy. I'm not sure what that means either. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tons of football to discuss today. Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, we have got more thoughts on Shedeur Sanders to discuss. You'll hear some audio from Kevin Stefanski. Dak Prescott made an interesting prediction about where the Cowboys are headed. Plus the reigning Heisman Trophy winner. He made his debut in preseason football, game 1. So talk about all that and more coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. But now we have got to find out who our overachiever of the week is. And good news, it's not just one person this week.
And now it's time to highlight someone who's better than us in every single way. Meet our overachiever of the week.
Sponsored by 3D Cabinetry. 3dcabinetry.net, where quality meets affordability.
So, preseason action. The Jaguars are on the field. And I saw this in my Twitter timeline. And Tyvis, I don't know if you had the same feeling. I was shocked by the number I saw.
Yeah. I had
70?
You got to keep looking at it to be like, am I reading that right?
Man by the name of Cam Little walked out on the field for Jacksonville and proceeded to attempt a 70-yard, yes, I said that right, field goal. Here's how it went.
Holy smokes. They got a shot.
He just kicked a 70-yard field goal. Are you kidding me?
Crazy.
I've never seen that. The NFL record.
So Mel Kiper Jr. said he was the top kicking prospect of his draft class, which makes sense. He was drafted last year out of Arkansas. Okay. 70-yarder. He actually tweeted after the game because technically that's not an NFL record because it didn't happen in a regular season game.
It is to me.
They said this is the longest recorded field goal like in human history. Someone could have hit one longer, I guess, in practice that we don't know about, but of the games that have been documented with video or times we've seen a human kicking a ball, this is the furthest we've ever seen him do it. And he, I think, posted something afterwards, said, don't worry about that. The record's nothing. I'm going to do it again. I don't know how. I mean, you're not going to have a lot of chances to kick a 70-yard field goal in a game, right?
Yeah, it would have to be the exact same situation going into end of half because you're not going to try a 70-yard field goal in the middle of the second quarter because if you miss, you're giving away that great field position. So
you're going to have to do it with the game on the line.
Or, at the very end of the game. And you got to convince your coach.
If you got a kicker that can kick it from 70, you know how much of a weapon that is?
I also just think I don't think we properly appreciate when you stand on the other side of the 50 and look at that field goal post and say, oh, yeah, I can get it there.
I just want you to know that
it's insane.
He's probably getting drug tested today.
Absolutely. There's a cup in his locker. Absolutely right.
All you got to do is get to the 50. Yeah. Oh, man, that's stealing.
Tyvis, I know I don't have to tell you about this star athlete for the WNBA. The Las Vegas Aces won Asia Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
Became the first person in a WNBA game.
30
points, 20 rebounds in one game. Let her live. She is arguably the best player in the league year in, year out.
I know the Aces aren't rolling like they were a few years ago. But I think they're actually in a little race for the last spot, I want to say. For the playoffs, if I remember correctly. Let me look right quick.
But yeah, they're.
Oh no, they're good. They good. They good. They fine.
Well, she's great.
Yeah, she is.
She went for 30 and 20. And by the way, while we're on the WNBA, I also want to nominate a shout out to former Buckeye Kelsey Mitchell, who continues to ball out this year. She is playing out of her mind.
She's playing the one now because Caitlin Clark's out. Ari McDonald went out and she broke her ankle. So they have no point guards. So she had to become point guard. Yeah, or what was that, 2 days ago?
Yeah, Saturday night.
She had a game. She had 8 dimes. I think she had 26 points, shot 50% from the field. She
fought. She was 4 of 8 from three-point land, too, which is, maybe
she's been carrying the torch for them while Caitlin Clark is out. It's going to be very interesting because they haven't said when Caitlin Clark is coming back, so.
Yeah.
But the Fever they've been doing well.
We had that article last week that said maybe Congress should investigate the WNBA for the fouls that Caitlin Clark has. Should they also investigate the fact that Kelsey Mitchell is the MVP of the Indiana Fever right now? If we had to give one out, she is. She's been. You got to be available, and it's not Caitlin Clark's fault. She's hurt, but Kelsey Mitchell's the reason they are around a playoff spot.
They just 2.5 games out of the number one spot in the East.
They've been very good this year, and it's largely been because Kelsey Mitchell and other players too have been stepping up. While
Sophie Cunningham been balling. I know last game Lexi Hall was balling.
I got one more for you. Did you see the history that was made in Major League Baseball yesterday?
No.
So over the weekend, Jen Powell, who is the first woman. Is it? Well, I think she spells it differently than you, yeah. But Jen Powell, she was the first woman to ever be an umpire in a Major League Baseball game on Saturday. She made that bit of history. Yesterday, she was the first woman, of course, since no one had ever done the previous thing, first one to actually be the home plate umpire, which she did yesterday. That was in the Marlins-Braves series. And she 91% on balls and strikes, it turns out. But I saw people giving her crap because the first pitch that came in, it was a little inside, and she called it a strike.
Yeah.
To which I say, oh, great. So she's as good as the men then already. She's up to par with the rest of the guys who are, doing that. So whatever, man. She was, if you go look at umpire grades, she did about as well as any rookie umpire does. Being over 90%, that's pretty good. So shout out to her, though. Even if she'd been terrible, the fact she made some history is a pretty cool thing for her. So let her live. Jen Powell, good job.
I know for a fact that all these guys that hate on umpires online, especially the home plate umpires, if they went back there, their accuracy would be somewhere around 40 to 50%.
That's true. I will just say though, like, to my argument to that would be you're allowed to criticize umpires because their job is being umpire.
Right.
Like if I go to a nice restaurant and the chef comes out with like a grilled cheese that looks like it was dropped on the floor, I do have the right as a patron to be like, I am not a chef, but that doesn't look like what I would want from a chef. Like, you should probably do better. I don't know what you could do. I can't make it better, but maybe you could because I'm paying you to do that.
Some of them catchers be framing them pitches good, though. Like, that's why I can understand how sometimes they can get confused. Some of them catchers not a catcher.
No, that's not a good reason.
No, it is.
No, they're deceptive. The umpire has to see through the deception.
Well,
that's your job.
I mean, it's hard sometimes.
By the way, real great that Major League Baseball is like, hey, a woman umpire. Anyway, next year, none of this matters because it's robots. Next year's going to be the first robot umpire, I'm quite sure, because they're going to go to that.
Didn't they tested that in the All-Star game, right?
Yeah, they did. And that's where it's the review system where you can tap your helmet and they instantly can check if it was correct or not. That'll be... I'm looking forward to that. I hope it happens. Did Shedeur Sanders just make the Browns quarterback decision easier or harder? We'll discuss that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we have a new traffic alert to tell you about over on the east side. This is all happening north of Groveport. The center lane is currently blocked on I-270 north, just past 33 because of a disabled vehicle. Not really seeing any slowdowns with our time saver traffic maps, but do note that it could get a little congested depending on the time and where you're coming from. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him. But nothing prepared him for the fight against low T and ED. Shane practically hunched him over. Online pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Columbus Men's Clinic said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Columbus Men's Clinic was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With low T and ED treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is only $99, including blood work. And you'll know your T level before you leave. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Athena cantaloupes, personal watermelons, or King of the West honeydew melons are only $2.88 each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall, and I want to talk to you about the roof over your head. You know that thing that protects your house and everything in it? It's pretty important, and a lot of you are going to have to replace it soon, but be warned. There are companies out there that skip over the biggest part of the process, the attic ventilation. You see, if that attic doesn't have proper circulation, it can cause problems such as mold and rot. You got rot. And not to mention leaks in the wintertime and higher AC bills in the summer. This is one of the reasons I'm telling you about my guys at Victor's Home Solutions. They start with a free 21-point roof inspection, including a thorough inspection of that attic as well. They know that if that ventilation isn't right, that roof's going to be built on a shaky foundation. That's why every Victor's roof comes with a well-thought-out attic ventilation plan, and that's why they can offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. Money-saving discounts and financing incentives are also available. Call for your free 21-point roof inspection and get that estimate today. 866-VICTORS or go to victors.com.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain, and it's the Toyota National Sales Event all month long at Toyota West. With over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of no payments for 90 days, and every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. No payments for 90 days, deferred payment, interest accrued at time of inception with approved credit, expires 8/31.
At United Dairy Farmers, Peach is our most popular ice cream. And once you taste it, you'll know why. Now's the time to grab a UDF Peach Shake, malt, cone, or sundae. They're only here for a limited time. UDF Peach Ice Cream, made for you.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
I have a buddy who's going to be popping the question soon. He's planning everything out. He asked me, can you help me out with the ring? I said, of course I can. I've got a guy, Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Now you talk, Bob.
Hi, I'm Bob Capace. I'm your guy.
Go in, see my friends at Worthington Jewelers, tell them I sent you, and you'll get the true VIP experience.
I'll treat them better than I treat you.
That's not hard. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged. And tell them Common Man sent you.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisor Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cincinnati Reds put on a hitting clinic versus the Pittsburgh Pirates yesterday. Miguel Andujar hit his first homer in a Reds uniform, while Spencer Steer and Nuelve Marte had 3 hits and 4 RBI each to help Cincy outlast Pittsburgh 14-8 to earn a split of the 4-game series. The Reds will host the Phillies tonight at 6:10. And the Cleveland Guardians were going for the sweep against the Chicago White Sox yesterday, but failed to do so after losing 6-4 in Chicago. The Guards have the day off today before they start a 3-game home series versus the Miami Marlins tomorrow. This update was sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
2 men, 1 appendix. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Check out the podcast of this show wherever you get podcasts. Just search for T-Bone and Tyvis. It'll be there in the podcast app of your choice. Then you can even subscribe to it, follow it, like it, whatever your app lets you do so that you get it every single day right to your device, all free of charge. Podcast from T-Bone and Tyvis. You could hear us talking about a variety of things, like our producer, Dylan Gonzalez, basically trying to figure out how the sports world can bring him love, is more or less what I've gathered from this show today. Is where that's where your gauge is on everything in the sports world. Is like, can I find someone that would maybe be at a place where I'm going in the sports world that I could fall in love with? That's your number one objective right now.
Love might be a strong word, T-Bone.
Okay.
More like lust.
That's
I don't know if that's a stronger word or not, but either way, something.
He must be stopped.
I was feeling some type of, I don't know, love. Definitely I was happy when I watched the preseason game Friday night with the Browns, where Shedeur Sanders came out and looked great. Looked like, I don't know, dare I say, an NFL quarterback, Tyvis? I mean, he didn't look like the moment was too big for him, did he?
Not at all. I mean, he definitely went in there, answered a lot of questions that people had. Like I said, the narrative was, a lot of people thought that it was pre-snap stuff, adjustments, terminology, command of the huddle, getting guys lined up. I didn't see any of that. I thought he did a really good job of answering that question for me, and I wasn't necessarily worried about the stage being too bright for him or anything like that. I felt like knowing who his father is, I don't think any stage should be too bright for him or too big for him. And I think he really did a good job of handling that moment. Had some really good passes. His 2 touchdown passes was absolute dimes. I'm talking about he couldn't have walked over and handed them that ball no better.
No.
You know who my dad is?
Right. I actually think that's something that never made sense to me with all the pre-draft stuff where all you hear on the internet is people talking about, oh, they don't want Deion Sanders trying to coach the team from afar. Yeah, because Deion Sanders is the only player as a dad who is invested in his kid's game, who is actively very interested and online about it. Yes, Deion Sanders is a platform that a lot of parents don't, but is he the only guy with a former player whose kid plays? Like, I don't think he is.
Marvin Harrison and Marvin Harrison Jr.
That's one I seem to remember very distinctly being talked about. And what did everybody say about Marvin Harrison Jr. having a dad who played in the NFL? Was that looked at as a negative?
No, it was a positive. They
Why?
said that, well, due to the way that Marv carried himself, they was like the expectation in the bar has been set high, and he's trying to achieve the same thing his dad achieved, and he looks well on his way.
Okay.
That was the narrative.
And certainly Marvin Harrison Jr. has been great. It was great with the Buckeyes, and I think once you get him a quarterback there in Arizona, then you will see what he can truly do. But regardless of that, all I'm bringing up is that was viewed as a positive for him, but with Shedeur Sanders, somehow it's a negative. That his dad is Deion Sanders, who we should acknowledge is one of the most gifted athletes we've ever seen in pro sports. His dad is a tremendous competitor. His dad, obviously, he had a little bit of flashiness to him, I think, to put it mildly, but this is a man who made the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and probably if he just played baseball and only played baseball, probably could have made his way into a discussion about being a Hall of Famer in that sport if he had only played that sport. What I'm saying is this is a 2-sport athlete whose son now happens to be dedicated to the game of football, plays it at a high level. Was Deion Sanders out there with all the nepotism claims? Was Deion Sanders out there putting him in the game for the Cleveland Browns? Oh, no, that was other people who have nothing to do with Deion Sanders, and he went out and played well on his own. NFL is where you find out what this guy can do.
Yes.
And it's preseason, right? We acknowledge the defense you're seeing is vanilla. You are seeing...
Yeah, but at the same time, people that say
you're not playing the best team in the league, certainly with the Panthers, and I don't know if all their starters were playing. I know some of them were, some of them weren't, but...
I do agree with the people that say, like you can't say that this is just a preseason game, because if he did play poorly, people would be killing him online. So... Therefore, you have to give him the credit for the fact that, and on top of that, now, granted, they didn't play the entire time, but the starters did play for Carolina's defense. Now, they didn't play the entire time Shedeur was in there, but they definitely played against Shedeur. And he looked pretty good against those guys as well, with the guys that's not even once, because obviously the Browns didn't play. I don't know how many of these starters they played on offense. I don't really think
they rested a couple of their wide receivers, I know, right?
Yeah, and then the entire offensive line.
So here's one thing on the offensive line, though, that I liked about what Shedeur Sanders did is you had moments where that pocket collapsed around him. He had one time where he ran back and then tried to make a play and then threw it away, and it wasn't good.
That was on 4th down as well.
Yeah, right. He's trying to do something on 4th down. What I would say, though, is that second touchdown he threw, where that was one towards the right side of the end zone as opposed to the first one he threw, which was on the left side. If you remember this play, he faced some pressure, stepped over in the pocket, reset his feet, and then just stayed locked into where he was, but reset his feet, found his footing, and then made a nice throw into traffic, and that was in the red zone. That was a touchdown throw. Tyvis, you have told me, I think everybody seems to think this, I know this, but you tell me in practice even, red zone is what matters.
Yes.
Right? That's like the number one thing coaches are looking at. We're obviously looking at it as fans. What you do in the red zone matters. And I think there he looked tremendous. Did he not?
Yeah. Winning a game can be won or lost by the ability to either throw a touchdown in the red zone or score in the red zone or get a field goal in the red zone. That could be the difference of a game. So you want a guy that can always put points up on the board as far as scoring the touchdowns. And he did a really good job of that. It was another play earlier or in that game where he threw this dig route. I can't remember the down and distance, but it was some pressure coming. His offensive line kind of missed their blocks, and he had like 2 Carolina Panthers coming. He like stepped towards the pressure and delivered a dime on the dig route. And this dig route had to be like, I would say this is probably like a 20-yard throw he threw. It was like right on the rope, right in stride for a first down. And I was like, okay. That's it right there. That's what I want to see. With the pressures coming, he didn't panic. He stayed calm, kept his eyes down the field, stepped towards the pressure, delivered it, knowing he was going to take a hit, and it was an absolute dime.
It's a 4-letter word for me as a Browns fan, hope. Like, I mean, I am leery of that. Whenever I start to feel hope, my initial reaction, I've learned over the years to protect myself, is to go, no. Don't get hopeful. Don't get excited. That said, I am fully on the Shedeur Sanders hype train, wrist up roller coaster, whatever you want to call it. I'm there. Like, I not that he should start, right? I think a lot of people. No one is saying.
No, yes, it is. No. I'm about to say it's a lot of people like, we don't even need to see flag. They did the Colin Coward. Hey, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Joe, we're good. We don't need to see. We're good. That's where a lot of people were at. And I was like,
you and
I'm
me
not
are not
there
saying
yet.
that, though. I think, though, it would make a lot of sense for me if he started taking more reps with the first and second team. I think it would make a lot of sense. I'm not invested in Kenny Pickett. That's a guy who's been on 3 teams in 3 years.
A lot of people don't like
Dylan Gabriel has some benefits to him. However, also he is like 5'10". And I think when you've got someone with Shedeur's talent, he played like a first-round pick.
I have to
Whether
see.
you think he should have been picked in the first round or not, he played like any of the other first-round picks you saw take the field, any of the other guys who have been highly touted that played. No one's had a better preseason game in 1 week in this season. Of all those guys, you could say his was the best.
You could arguably say that.
That's a good argument for him to get another shot.
I have to see what they look like. I have to see Kenny and Dylan. Now, if you really want to be fair, if you want to make this thing fair, which just doesn't exist, I would send Dylan Gabriel out there with the exact same offense that Shedeur went out there with to see what he could do with that. Because why is it that he gets the luxury of playing with better players? Now, if he can't perform and have the luxury with better players, then their answer is there's your answer. But I would send them out there with this exact unit and say, hey, I mean, you can't tell me you can't get it done because I just watched somebody do it. So that, to me, would be fair.
What a good problem to have, though, if you're Kevin Stefanski. Well, I could just roll with this guy who actually looks the part as our backup. I think Joe Flacco is clearly the starter. And then because the injury Kenny Pickett took, now he's got to deal with trying to come back from that. But to me, it's Shedeur Sanders as your backup. And then when the time comes, keep getting him ready. And then hope that if Joe Flacco, do you think he's playing 17 games this year? I don't. I would be shocked if that happens. And if it does, I feel good about Shedeur Sanders going in and playing. He's going to take his lumps. He's going to have games where he has picks. He's going to take bad sacks. He's a rookie.
Yeah, I don't want him to start the season. I want him to take over after like 4 or 5 weeks.
I'm just saying, treat him like you would treat a first-round pick, except you didn't invest a first-round pick in him, so you have time to let him develop. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, this first-round pick happened. We got to know if it was used properly or not. If it wasn't, then we got to move on. You've got time to let him develop, and you've got a guy sitting there who can play until he's ready. I think.
Well, we got to go to break, but when we come back, I got to tell you, we got to talk about what Joe Thomas tweeted out about Shedeur. Okay. It was actually
Cleveland Browns Hall of Famer Joe Thomas had something to say about Shedeur Sanders. We'll talk about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Monday morning. Well, if you are heading out towards the southeast side, do be aware we have a disabled vehicle that's causing a lot of slowdowns. 270 northbound just past 33. A right lane still blocked at this hour, and drive times not too good at 7 miles per hour in this area. Just want to make sure folks are taking it nice and slow. According to our traffic cams, looks like, again, the right lane is blocked right now, so a little bit restricted, but other than that, traffic is moving just pretty slow this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
In the 1950s, Joe Nuxhall was your classic power pitcher. He averaged about 6 strikeouts a game. And on this date, August 11th, back in 1959, Nuxie had his strikeout groove working. At Crosley Field against the Milwaukee Braves, Joe struck out the side in the 6th inning, and then for good measure, struck out one more batter as well. 4 strikeouts in 1 inning. How did he do that? Well, he struck out Eddie Matthews, Joe Adcock, and Del Crandall. But Reds catcher Dutch Dotter let the third strike skip under his glove, and Crandall reached first base. Knucksie then struck out the next hitter, 4 strikeouts in 1 inning, and that tied a Major League record. This August 11th, 1959, this date in Reds baseball.
This date in Reds baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Hey friends, it's Austin Ward, and I'm coming up on 2 full years since starting Awaken 180. Dropped 50 pounds, and I still check the scale like it owes me money. Guess what? Hasn't budged. Still under 200 pounds, still feeling great. Keeping weight off this long isn't luck or magic, it's just having the right playbook. Awaken 180 taught me exactly what works, what doesn't, and how to stay lean without the struggle. Want real, lasting results? Don't just drop the weight, retire it for good. Trust me, Awaken 180 is your winning game plan. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Keep your summer fun going in a new Toyota Camry, America's best-selling car. It's all hybrid all the time with available all-wheel drive. Now through September 2nd, get 4.99 APR financing on any new 25 Camry. Or lease a new Camry LE for just $279 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
You know, it's not the shoes. It's what you can put in them that makes all the difference. Hey, it's Anthony. I've been a customer at the Good Feet store for a while now, and I'm all about my personally fit arch supports. They support my feet better than all the insoles I've jammed into my shoes over the years. And my Good Feet arch supports help me in a ton of ways, from overall support and balance to stabilizing my heels, and the fact they distribute my body weight, especially when I'm golfing. I literally have spring in my step now. Check them out for yourself. The free fitting is designed to help them understand you, your pain, and your discomfort. It's simple. Just stop by the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City. You don't need an appointment, but you can certainly schedule one very easily online. Get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. For more than 30 years, they've taken great pleasure in helping thousands discover the comfort they've been dreaming of, just like me. Get professionally fitted at goodfeet.com.
This promo is for anyone who likes baseball or America or Terry Francona's scooter. The Reds are on the Fan. Catch all 162 games here on the Fan and 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fan's HD2. Your home for Reds baseball, the Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Do you have foot pain? Foot pain is not normal regardless of your age or job. Podiatric physicians are the most qualified doctors to care for your feet and can provide important foot care solutions or shoe inserts to better manage foot pain. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care. We've been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Happy New Week, everyone. Kicking off the week with clear skies and temperatures in the 60s. And then this afternoon, a hot and humid day with our highs into the low 90s and plenty of sunshine. Although we could see a few stray showers and thunderstorms out there, most of us will remain dry. For tonight, mostly clear with overnight lows into the 70s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
When Tyvis looks at Bone, he sees the future. Bald, fat, white. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
That is the perfect joint back, because I used to look at you and see the future. So it's outside of the white part, but I think I'd have to.
How are we fixing that?
I'd have to not see the sun for many of days to get to your complexion. But I then seen my guys over at Caps because as a former pro athlete, confidence has always been key for me on and off the field. And that's why I chose Caps for my NeoGrav treatment. They've got a great reputation, and after doing my research, I knew I could trust the team right here in town. The staff was professional. They answered every question and made the whole process smooth and stress-free. This wasn't just about hair. Maybe it was. But it could be. No, I'm not going to say it was. It was about investing in myself. The results are natural. It fit my busy schedule, and I already feel more confident, if you can tell. No hat today. That's how you know I'm feeling good. Guys don't talk about this enough, but we should. Caps made it easy, judgment-free, and honestly, it's been one of the best decisions I've made. So visit Caps today at experiencecaps.com.
Shedeur Sanders, after his Browns debut in the preseason, where he looked really good, threw for like 140 yards, 2 touchdowns, mostly avoided trouble in the pocket. He was asked if he feels he's gotten a fair chance with the Browns. Here's what he said.
See, I just think about when I get out there, just doing what I got to do. You know, everything else is not in my hands, so I worry about it. That's like, I don't know. I just don't think that deep into everything because it's nothing you're going to be able to control. So why put energy in something that you can't control? So the most you could do is, hey, whenever you get your opportunity, your numbers call, you know, perform and at least do the bare minimum and win the game. So that's what I feel like we did today. And it's definitely things I'm able to grow off of. I mean, I think that's a fair and measured take on that.
No, what he sounds like when he speaks is a guy that's been in the league for 10 years. Because that's, as a rookie, that's the number one thing you hear all the time is control what you can control. That's it. That's all every vet ever said. Just control what you can control. You can't control what they think upstairs or what the numbers is. The only thing you can control is your attitude and how you perform when you get your opportunity. So he sounds like a 10-year vet when he talks, and I can appreciate those things.
I tend to agree, and I thought he also looked the part of playing the quarterback position, but Joe Thomas had some interesting thoughts you were talking about before he went to the commercial break about how there's been this narrative that's gotten out there that he's not getting a fair shake and he's not getting a fair chance.
They said that he's being sabotaged.
Well, yeah, the thought was, and it sounds odd, right, for the guy who got the first start in a preseason game, but he wasn't going to get that start unless 2 other guys got hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, if they're not injured, he probably doesn't start this game. Starting a preseason game doesn't mean anything, but it does give you more chances to prove yourself. He went out there and did the best he could with that opportunity, I feel like, or about as good as you could expect. But it's odd to hear that for a guy who he started the preseason game 1, and suddenly everybody's saying, wow, I don't know if they're going to help him or hurt him with that because he didn't get enough preparation time.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Thomas kind of addressed that.
Yes, he says, so why hasn't he gotten any first-team reps? He says because he has to get up to speed in all aspects of the pre-snap process, including relaying plays in the huddle, identifying the defense, sliding the protection, directing the motions, and making adjustments. From snap to throw, he's mostly been dynamite, save for the times he's reverted to the habits of retreating under duress and taking would-be sacks.
Which he did once, I think, on 4th down in this game, but mostly avoided doing that.
But he said, in fact, he's drifted less during 11-on-11s than 7-on-7s, which speaks to the gamer in him. Says that at times during minicamp and training camp, Sanders will work with the 3rd and 4th teamers on the opposite field while the other 3 quarterbacks work with the 1s and 2s installing the new offense. During some of those times, Stefanski stood directly behind Sanders, listening to him calling the play, engaging his vision. It's rare in camp for a head coach to spend so much time with the 4th-string quarterback, but the Browns have felt from the jump that Sanders was worth developing. The fact that Sanders had to catch up on the terminology, calling complex plays, and other pre-snap procedures is not an indictment on his football acumen, which is extremely high. It's just that he hasn't done it to the extent that Gabriel had during his 6 years in college. While Sanders have had 6 offensive coordinators, the scheme, terminology, and concepts weren't necessarily overhauled by all of them.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, Joe Thomas saying he has not had to do a lot of this in college. He has to do it now in the pros just to get the nuts and bolts of it right. But when they actually let him go and play, he plays well. With, again, granted, he's playing probably against 2nd, 3rd string defenses with 3rd and 4th string players, but that wasn't the case in this preseason game. He probably had a little bit more of 1s and 2s on defense that he's going against, and he looked good. So,
yeah,
I don't think it's wrong for Browns fans to have hope. I do think it's a little silly to say, yeah, just Joe Flacco's not even going to play this year because Shedeur Sanders should get the 1 reps. But if you find a quarterback in the 5th round of an NFL draft, now you probably shouldn't have wasted a 3rd-round pick on the guy you did. And you shouldn't have traded another one to go get the quarterback that you had in Kenny Pickett. Then they trade a 5th-round pick to get him in here?
Yes.
All right. Those are missteps. But at the end of the day, if it turns out that he's got the potential to be your starter and midway through the season he takes those reins, becomes that guy, great.
At the end of the day, no matter what you did to get to this point, if you find your franchise quarterback, that is like step number 1. It don't matter how you get it. Like Brock Purdy being the last pick of it took all those picks for them to land on Brock Purdy, for them to feel like they got their franchise quarterback. If Shedeur is that, no matter if they did waste a 3rd-round pick or they traded a 5th-round pick for Kenny Pickett, all that doesn't matter. If you can finish this season by saying, hey, we at least got our franchise, we got our guy for the next few years, now you able to actually build on it because you got 2 first-round picks next year where you actually can get some talent in here and be able to pair him up with your franchise quarterback. Obviously, the defense is pretty good and solidified from what it is. If you can get that franchise quarterback or have a guy that you feel comfortable with by the end of this season, next year will be like, all right, we can finally make some moves.
You bring up Brock Purdy. The 49ers wasted a 3rd overall pick.
No, they traded two first-round picks and then wasted a 1st-round pick for a guy that looks like he is doing the thing out there with the Chargers. I don't know what the heck. Maybe Jim Harbaugh might be a good quarterback.
Trey Lance is what we're talking about.
Yes, Trey Lance is doing his thing out there right now in these preseason games.
I asked you guys this question a couple weeks ago. I'm going to ask you again. If there's an odd man out in the Browns quarterback room right now, who would you say that man is?
Kenneth Pickett.
Yep. That's exactly where I'm going. And then I mean,
I
after
said
that
back then, I'm going to say it again. Kenneth Pickett.
Yeah, to me, it's easy to say, well, just dump Dylan Gabriel because you have 2 rookies. Why not develop one of them? The answer is Dylan Gabriel, you spent a 3rd-round pick on. Usually, you brought this up earlier, Tyvis, and you're spot on. They don't usually give up a 3rd-round pick and then not develop the guy, not give the guy a chance. So, to me, that's probably Kenny Pickett if it's like, well, we have to have a veteran quarterback out there. Well, you have Joe Flacco. If he gets hurt, yes, you're going to be dealing with rookie quarterbacks. But what I saw from Shedeur Sanders gives me enough hope to say, yeah, then if he gets to sit there for 6, 7, 8 weeks before something happens, or if Joe Flacco just is getting the job done, whatever, that I think the development will be there enough to say, yeah, you could put him out there. And then what is that going to look like? Is he going to go out there and just light the world on fire? Probably not. But he could look like a rookie quarterback that's got some potential, which is all you usually get out of 1st-round picks anyway.
The way I view what the Browns did this offseason is I think they went into this season, they wanted Kenny Pickett to be their starting quarterback because he brought you the veteran experience. He's been in the league, all of those things. And they feel, for some odd reason, I know why they feel that way, but they feel Pittsburgh's offense has been terrible, and they did him a disservice. And every Steelers player that leaves the organization that played offense will tell you their offense is terrible, and they doing us a disservice. So they felt like they might find something. They might find their Sam Darnold and Kenny Pickett. They drafted Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round because they went with, well, he can be the guy that we can develop as a backup. He could serve as a backup quarterback, and then as we continue to develop, maybe one day he can take over. And then they went and got Shedeur because Shedeur, you just can't deny the fact that the guy is a gamer and he has a high risk. It's a high reward. It's a low risk, high reward type thing. If they hit on this guy, then they got somebody for a long time for cheap, basically. And I think in this situation, as this thing is playing out, what you're learning is Shedeur is a gamer. Like he is who everybody thought that he was. I just don't know why
people are shocked by this. I think it's because people just pay attention to
it's because it was
online narratives, or I don't know, or I do think a lot of this comes from the fact that people didn't like his dad. It could be that. People who thought Tim McCarver got screwed by getting, champagne dumped on him or water dumped on him in a locker room during the Braves playoff series, and they hate Shedeur Sanders because of that. Like, the reality is the nepotism argument, all that stuff you want to say, when people bring that stuff up, he went out there and played in an NFL game and looked pretty good in a preseason game. It is preseason, but compare him to the rest of the guys who have high-level draft picks next to their names, and how did he do? As good as any of them did in this week 1.
I say all that to say, I think that even if even if Shedeur Sanders jumps Dillon Gabriel and becomes the starting quarterback at some point this season, it shouldn't be all that impactful for Dillon Gabriel because I feel like they drafted him to be a backup anyways.
Yeah.
I feel like he's like your long-term backup solution.
I don't know why they drafted 2 quarterbacks other than this, that you took a flyer hoping one of them would hit. And if one of them does hit, do I care if it's a 3rd-round pick or a 5th-round pick? No, I don't. I would rather just be one of them hits and is good. If that is what we are starting to see, great. But if not, then all right, that's fine. Then let Dillon Gabriel have a shot. But I think Shedeur Sanders has definitely earned more reps. I don't think Kenny Pickett should be factoring into the decision at all. And yes, they traded a 5th-round pick for him. They spent a 5th-round pick on Shedeur.
And DTR. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, I forgot. That's right. Maybe it's just sometimes the Browns make dumb moves, but occasionally they make enough dumb ones that one works out.
Well, you see, that was the narrative when the Eagles played. It was we traded for the wrong backup from Philly.
Yeah, right.
Tanner McKee did his thing.
He did look good. How did the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, how did he look in his debut? We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, for those over in Canal, Winchester, and Pickerington, do be well aware of some backups because of a disabled vehicle that's happening on 270 and 33. So just be very mindful this morning. Traffic is moving just pretty slowly. Other than that, drive times northbound are pretty okay. 71 north between 670 and 270 will only take you 8 minutes. 9 minutes, not that bad on 315 north between 670 to 270. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
I'm Brent, and I've been on Nutrafol for almost 5 years now. I like Nutrafol because it was a hair growth supplement that was completely drug-free. After 3 months, my hair got stronger and thicker, which gave a huge boost to my social life. I mean, it was life-changing, to be honest.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com/men. That's Nutrafol.com/MEN. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition. Real customers were compensated to share their stories.
If something happens to you, what happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Don't sweat it. Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your air conditioner fast. 1-800-COOLING.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Ways, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Both of these men love the Browns. Also, both of these men hate the Browns. If you know, you know. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. So how did the reigning Heisman Trophy winner do in his preseason debut? Well, Travis Hunter, pretty good. Logged 19 snaps in the preseason debut, but he was 11 snaps on offense and had 2 catches for 9 yards. Then he also played 8 snaps on defense, wasn't targeted at all, but they used him, about an equal amount of time on both offense and defense. I don't know if that's going to be the plan always, but that's what they're starting off with now. And I, for one, am here for that. As we just spent a whole half an hour talking about Shedeur Sanders, Deion's kid, and I know Travis Hunter played for Deion Sanders. I love the fact that we have a two-way player in the NFL. I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, I want to see it. I do want to see if he actually can withstand it because it's been so many people saying it's not going to happen. And I tend to lean towards that way, but I want it to happen, though, because I think it would be great for the game to see a guy be able to be effective. If this man made All-Pro on both sides of the ball, it's something that would never be done. That's something you never thought you'd ever see. So I'm here for it. I do believe that ultimately he becomes a wide receiver. I don't know. I just, for some odd reason, the corner thing or the DB thing just is natural to him. But I think that they need him to be, if they want to be successful and get to where they want to go, they need him to be a really good wide receiver.
That would be I think, ideal for Trevor Lawrence, right? If he's going to do anything that he's supposed to, you need to have some weapons for him. But
yeah, he spoke on it. He said selfishly he wants him on the offensive side of the ball.
I bet he does. I can't blame him at all.
Well, the Twitter trolls, all they were sharing was the missed tackle that Travis Hunter had. I don't know if you saw that.
Well, he didn't. I seen he wanted no parts of that. So I'll be honest with you. I see that. That's the thing about football. Like, you can tell when somebody don't really want to. He wanted no parts of that. So, yeah.
You think that was just a preseason thing where it's like, yeah, if this was for a real game, maybe I would break down and do a little bit more? Or
that ain't it. Football is football. You ain't. That's the thing, though. Like, you got to – this was the thing that I was always – I don't really want to put nothing bad on tape, like, because it's forever. The tape is forever. Like, and it's so obvious. Like, you look at the tape and be like, oh, yeah, he didn't really want to do it. Like, you can clearly see that he really didn't want to do that. But you don't want that narrative because not everybody in the world can see that. So, like, even if you don't want to do it, you better go in there flying like you do. You better make them think like he just missed. Like, you better say something like that, but don't, like, turn it like,
because the haters are acting like he received a Derrick Henry caliber stiff arm, and that's not true at all.
Yeah,
he just dove at his ankles and missed.
Yeah.
Like,
all right. I mean, the reality is,
if you really want me to assess the play, like, you want me to do like breakdown of what happened. So in this situation, what happened is he was the corner on the short side of the field, which they brought the receiver. He was either to a nub side tight end or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, he was supposed to crack replace. When this guy blocks down on that defense end, he got to come straight to that guy's hip to close the space. He kind of drifted a little bit and then went down, and it gave the running back the outside angle, and his angle was off in his tackling, which I know a lot of, according to T-Bone. I know everything about taking bad angles, and that's kind of what he did on this play.
Apparently that's something.
So he's got to do a better job of coming down, cracking, replacing, and squeezing it and keeping the ball, keeping his outside arm free. You can't let them get outside of you. If he'd made it go back in, nobody would have said a thing.
Just like you figured it out. And he'll figure it out, too, I'm quite sure. You got better at it. So that's good. By the way, the former Buckeye had a nice moment to start off his preseason campaign. Trevon Henderson with the Patriots. This was the opening kickoff of their game against the Commanders.
This ball's coming out. There's a speed depth. There he goes. Oh, there he goes. It's already a new season. The number 2 draft pick from Ohio State takes it 100 yards.
Treyveon's got that speed.
He gone.
Oh,
he gone.
Make sure those New England play-by-play guys actually know his name when the season starts.
I think like a lot of these preseason games.
Henderson.
These are not. Yeah, right. These are not the guys who are going to call the games normally. But yeah, that's. Was that when they were at the White House?
Yeah.
President had a little issue with trying to get his name right. Emeka
Abuka.
It's all right. That's all right. Didn't know their names. That's fine. At least he didn't drop the trophy like J.D. Vance did, where he almost broke it and everybody panicked. Treyveon Henderson, though, I think is going to have a fantastic NFL career. Count me as one of the Browns fans who was sad that they didn't draft him, and that not that I knew that the Quinshon Judkins situation was going to get to where it is now. But I just would have rather had the speed and the guy who can absolutely demolish you in the backfield when it comes to pass protection. But Patriots got a guy. I think they're going to be very happy with him if he can stay healthy, which you brought up earlier, Tyvis. That's the one downside I would say to Trevon Henderson is health has been an issue at times.
Well, he's in the perfect place because, like I say, they still got Ramondre Stevenson, and he's going to probably take a lot of the carries. But you got two in today's NFL, you have to have running back by committee. There's not a team that the one running back takes 30 snaps a game, 30 carries a game, and that's it. Like, they don't really do that anymore. Even Derrick Henry's not really doing that anymore. You know, they got a bunch of guys. They got a group of guys that go in there and take carries. So I think for him in that situation, you know, Ramondre Stevenson had a down year last year, so he's going to be extremely motivated. But you got two running backs that can come in there and, you know, get it done on the field. And, you know, if Ramondre Stevenson's going to be the more powerful back, now you got Treyveon coming in there, you know, he's going to wear defenses down, and Treyveon's going to be able to just hit long runs. And, you know, they was using him in the passing game, those screen plays. You know, it's just a lot of things that you got to worry about. I think he's going to have a very successful season, you know, with the New England Patriots this year.
Did you see Dak Prescott before the game? Cowboys played the Rams preseason game 1 in L.A., and apparently Dak was on the field. Jerry Jones was down there. The owners were having a little conference because Stan Kroenke, who owns the Rams, was there too. And Dak's just probably getting ready to leave, and he's doing a little, nice little see you later kind of moment where he says, hey, see you guys in the NFC Championship game. Oh, okay. Sure. That's good.
Hey.
How are you getting there? Are you buying a ticket? What are we talking about? Sorry, Dak.
Is Dak getting traded to the Rams to replace Matthew Stafford?
Well, hey, Matt, they said Matt Stafford threw the ball 60 times on Saturday. No limitations.
Oh, man.
That's what you want to hear for your starting quarterback of a team that people are... Why I don't understand why the hype is there for the Rams this year.
Why
to be
not?
Back to going to the Super Bowl? Your starting quarterback is... like a back injury away from retiring, probably.
Okay, besides that.
Okay, that seems problematic. I don't know. When you don't have a quarterback in this league, that kind of seems like an issue.
Maybe he'll get on the Peyton Manning recovery plan. And
is he going to talk to Peyton Manning's wife about getting a package in the mail? Good for him.
I will say,
do what you got to do.
That if you are a Dallas Cowboy fan and you believe that Dak, will make the playoffs, if you want to put some money down on Prime Sports. If you say yes, the Cowboys makes the playoff, it's plus 187 right now. So
well, you know who has a lot shorter odds than that? The Rams. I'm pretty sure they're like the third favorite to make the NFC to win the NFC.
I'll tell you. Give me a second.
I just don't understand that. The
Rams' chances of making the playoffs, they are minus 137 to make the playoffs, plus 117 to not make the playoffs.
I think I saw there were somewhere around like plus 500, plus 600 to win the NFC behind Philly and Detroit.
To win the NFC.
That is insane to me that we're talking about the Rams like this. Because I don't understand.
Plus 809.
Oh, on Prime. Those are great odds. I might take them there.
And if the Cowboys is plus 2,196, 2196 to win the NFC.
Right.
There you go.
You don't like Devontae and Puka and Matthew Stafford and
it's the
Aaron
Matthew
Williams.
Stafford part that I'm worried about if he can't stay healthy. I don't know that
Williams. I don't
know that I believe in that. I also have, but again, I look out west there and it's like the Seahawks. I don't really know what they're going to do. Niners, I'm not convinced of anything with them anymore. So I get why people are. And the Cardinals, sorry, did you see that interception Kyler Murray threw? Not that that's. It's one game. It's preseason.
It was bad.
Go look that one up, Tyvis.
He's still in Call of Duty mode right now.
No. The Battlefield 6 beta came out this weekend. He was playing that.
Right.
Dude, it's one of the worst. For a veteran quarterback who's been in the league, and some people
let me go look at this.
Talk about him. I don't understand. People put him in conversations like Lamar Jackson, and I don't get that at all. I'm sorry. Like
it was in the red zone.
Oh, and it was, dude. Yeah, he threw it to basically the only guy around was a defensive player, and it looked like if the ball didn't slip out of his hands, there's no excuse for this.
Was it worse than the Caleb Williams interception he threw in practice?
No,
it was close.
But it's up there.
It's up there. It's bad. Yeah, I guess you're right. The NFC is fairly weak, but I don't know. Would you take the Rams or the Bucks right now to like?
I am the most anti-Baker Mayfield guy on this station, so do not ask me about the Bucks.
My goodness.
Did you see it?
He shorted it. I think he was trying to throw it to Barr. He just threw it like 10 yards short.
I have more faith in the Buccaneers making it far in the playoffs than I do the Rams. With J.J. McCarthy being a big if he works out, which I don't think is likely, but if J.J. McCarthy works out, the Vikings clearly would be a bigger favorite if he's any good. It's all about how your quarterback play is for me. I would take those two teams over the Rams right now.
Why you throw it like
the Rams went further in the playoffs last year than the Vikings and the Bucks.
I know, but I don't trust their quarterback staying healthy.
This
I'm sorry.
is terrible.
Tyvis can't get over.
Even if the guy wasn't there, it would have hit Marv in the ankles. Like,
it was
what are you
terrible
doing?
throw, I told you.
What are you doing?
All right, we're going to talk to our guy, Ryan Baker, when we come back and get you to the buzzer. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Monday morning. We are so closely monitoring a crash happening in the downtown area. This is 71 southbound at US 42, also known as Broad Street. The right shoulder is blocked and slowdowns are imminent. 21 miles per hour for your travel time out there. Want to make sure folks are taking it nice and slow and being very cautious on the roads this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, trips to a first-round postseason game, and more. Register today and every day at roosterswings.com.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain, and it's the Toyota National Sales Event all month long at Toyota West. With over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of no payments for 90 days, and every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. No payments for 90 days. Deferred payment. Interest accrued at time of inception with approved credit. Expires 8/31.
Hey guys, Anthony here. You don't have to live with just getting by. Low T Center has been improving the quality of hundreds of thousands of lives with personalized care. And now they have some great news to share. They're introducing women's services to all Low T Centers. If your partner is experiencing fatigue, moodiness, or just feeling off, she might benefit from hormone therapy at Low T Center. Help her get back to her best self. And if you still haven't taken the T test, what are you waiting for? Get started today. Visit fixmylowt.com to schedule your appointment.
Hi, welcome to IKEA. Hi, I'm in a whirlwind of college prep. Gotcha. We've got affordable solutions to create the perfect college living space. Great. And visit our website to see how verified college students with an IKEA family account can receive a one-time use 15% off coupon. Nice. You guys think of everything. Pretty much. Offer ends 9/30/25. Valid ID required. Discount applied proportionally across items purchased as shown on receipt. See IKEA-USA.com/ready for college for complete terms.
Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. So my teenage son just went out in sweatpants and a hoodie. It's 98 degrees. At least I know he'll be cool in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Get too hot?
Hey, my phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Common Man here. I want to tell you about my guy, Bob Capace, owner-operator of Worthington Jewelers for the past 25 years. If your only experience is going to the mall for jewelry, Bob and his team will blow you away. Service, quality, and a great price. The store is busy all the time because people keep coming back. True story. My 8-year-old daughter says to me, "When can we go see Mr. Capace again? He's nice." Yes, he's nice. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Attack and dominate. Morning Juice is on YouTube and 10 TV Plus.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Join Bobby Carpenter and Tito weekdays starting at 6 or watch on demand. More Bobby, less commercials. The Fan.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense as they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports. Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tyvis Powell is a legendary Buckeye. T-Bone loves to eat Buckeyes. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Ryan Baker jumping in now from Bishop and Friends. Bake, good to see you, man. How was your weekend?
It's not good to see him.
No, it's great to see
speaking.
him.
He already speaking blasphemy at 8:47 in the morning.
We had a great night together on Friday.
Yes, we did.
We both got paid. Shedeur is the next coming of Joe Montana.
How was your pizza that night?
It wasn't very good. It was disappointing, to be honest.
That's too bad.
I was bummed out on that. But everything else about Friday night was great, Tyvis.
Tyvis thinks all pizza tastes the same anyway, so your complaints are lost.
No, not the same. Similar. It's a big difference. The same and similar is two totally different words.
When you say that, you sound similar to an idiot. I just want you to know that.
I mean, I wasn't going to go there. But.
Hey, you a big UFC
Similar.
guy.
I didn't say the same.
Did you see the news about them going to Paramount?
$7.7 billion.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would have sold it. I'd have sold my soul.
Dana White is a better promoter than Don King and Vince McMahon combined.
What's up with all these
$7.7 billion?
What's with all these sports like signing to these companies now? Like the ESPN and bought NBA, NFL, WWE.
Listen,
UFC's
Bo talks about this all the time. Sports is the best thing on television. It is sports is the best reality television that there is, and nothing else rates like sports. So all of these companies want to get some form of sport on their channel, network, app, whatever it is. And you watch, Paramount Plus subscriptions are going to go up now because of this.
So let me go ahead and unsubscribe, dear.
You don't need to subscribe, allegedly.
Hey, you right.
As someone who hypothetically might have a device, you and I don't have to worry about this, Tyvis.
Allegedly.
It's similar to an unlocked Fire Stick.
Not
It's
the
similar.
same,
It's not the same. It's
but
similar.
it's similar.
Yeah. I will say something that's interesting about that TV discussion that I find fascinating. Now you've got TV networks bidding for this, but the reason they used to bid for NFL games, Super Bowl, things like that, what do they run all the time when you watch a CBS game? They run those commercials for I don't know, NCIS Des Moines or whatever show they're on now. And it's like, no one watches those anymore. So now the networks are saying, well, it's not worth it for that as an advertising vehicle. They still will have the NFL, but some of these other sports, that's why they're saying it's worth it to us to get you on our app. And that's why they're paying billions of dollars for something they're likely going to stream a lot of, is because they would rather you be over there paying them a subscription every month. That's worth more than getting you to watch a commercial about young Sheldon or whatever. Like, they care less about that than they used to. So that's why the prices are starting to switch over to the streaming, which I find bizarre, because for years it was just get it on network TV, pay all that money. Now that's not what they care about.
And listen, for a long time, it was like, let's cut the cord, let's go a la carte, get what I want. Now we're all going to want to go back to a cable model where we just, hey, I bought one thing and it's all right here. This is what I wanted all along.
Yeah,
so
it's they're going to have the app called cable, and everyone will jump on it and buy it, and we'll all be like old men just yelling like, we had that. That was a thing. We had it.
Tyvis, on your hypothetical device that you may or may not have, do you have the 4-box where you can watch different things like mine?
I don't believe that's the case on this hypothetically thing. If I had this thing, I don't think when they advertised it, I didn't see that part. So
okay,
yeah.
It's nice sometimes. It's hard. Like if it's
wait, you
watch
really like 4 different things?
Well,
you know what though? I think it might be on there. I just haven't used it.
You just haven't used it.
Well, allegedly,
you got to figure it out.
Allegedly, I haven't used it.
Now that you're like at the new place and you're unpacking, you can try it out. You know, you're getting all your jerseys out and your shoes, your spit shining.
I got a special jersey that I'm wearing tomorrow.
Really?
I'm excited for this.
Just the long tees here.
Tune in tomorrow.
Tomorrow I wear this jersey. This jersey is like, it means something to
6
me.
a.m., 971 The Fans YouTube.
Yeah, we're going to check it out.
Tyvis's jersey.
What do you guys have coming up on the show today?
Oh, who knows? We're going to talk a lot of Shedeur Sanders,
I'm
obviously.
surprised. Really?
Buckeye football, of course. We hope to have Ryan Day live at about 11:15 or 11:30 when he hits the podium today. We'll also do NFL two-a-days. We'll hit the NFC North. We'll wrap that up today with the Vikings and the Green Bay Packers.
There you go. 3 hours. Bishop and Friends coming up next. Now it's time for the buzzer.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Find your local Bryant Heating and Cooling dealer at Bryant.com.
This is a phrase that I don't know if either you guys are familiar with this. I wouldn't have known about it until about 3 months ago. Does the phrase Labubu, the name, does that mean anything to you?
Is that what they call LeBron?
No.
Is that like honey?
Yeah, it is. I actually want it to be either of those things instead of what it actually is, which is designer stuffed animals that you clip onto like a keychain. These Labubu.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Well, they're
a designer stuffed animal. This is ridiculous.
Okay.
This is ridiculous.
I understand. They have become a craze. And apparently in Los Angeles last week, $7,000 of them were stolen from a store.
You know what?
Because people are trying to sell them on. Yeah, I mean, this is where we're at now.
You know what I do know about this? You know why?
Why?
Because when Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson got together, Klay Thompson bought her this huge set of Labubus, and she sat on his lap, and you couldn't see him. This is before they came public and said that they were together. She sat on his lap so you could see his hand and stuff, but you couldn't see him. And she opened up the whole entire set of Labubus.
Yeah, they actually got video of this where the perpetrators smashed the window in. They said 4 people broke into the store and stole. I don't know how much this is when it's $7,000 of one of these types of items. I don't know if they sell for $50 or $20, but either way, they made out with a lot of them. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe this was maybe they saw
they
the
cost
Megan Thee Stallion thing.
They got $7,000 in the store. You can find them on the streets for about $100.
Hey,
you gonna talk to the right? You talk to the right person. 50.
You can get your daughter some Labubus on the black market.
Yeah, that's already it's already been a thing. In our household, there's been maybe my kids did this. I need to go question them after the show and see if they know anything because they've been asking for Labubus, and I'm like, what? No.
Get a hypothetical TV device and some Labubus.
Well, some K-pop star is the one who
made this trendy.
Oh,
really?
I don't know about your kids, T-Bone. Tyvis, our kids are closer to the same. Well, you have a 5-year-old too. She's obsessed with K-pop now.
I didn't know.
K-pop is the thing with the kids right now.
My kids have never done the K-pop thing.
My daughter is a Swiftie, so.
That's where my kids mostly are. Yeah. Well, see, now we got to find out about the K-pop.
Two-time Era Tour attendee. Don't forget it. 2-time.
Lots of talent to scope at the T-Swift concert.
Absolutely. It's like a 90-10 female to male ratio.
I've learned about concerts, and then I learned who what's her name? Danny Kluperger?
Yep.
I learned who that was today, too.
It was an educational show. Bishop and Friends is next. Have a great rest of your Monday. We'll see you tomorrow. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we still have a lot of cars on the roads, which means some slowdowns, especially for folks over on the north side, Powell, Worthington, and even Westerville. We are looking at you right now, 270 eastbound and 270 westbound, getting a little bit congested out there. 315 southbound still looking good, though, over by Lindworth, and 23 northbound still pretty slow this morning. Typical this time around at 35 miles per hour, especially over by Mount Air. Want to make sure everyone's taking it nice and easy on the roads and are extra cautious as they step out the door. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Then you are under siege. From the minute you hit adulthood, stress, bad sleep, junk food, screens, pressure, it all chips away at your testosterone, your energy, and your confidence. But no one tells you that. And no one tells you the benefit of screening early when you're younger. Research has found that maintaining optimal hormone levels prevents severe men's health issues later in life. At Columbus Men's Clinic, we fight for you. The tired dad, the high performers running on fumes, the gym grinders, the man whom online pills have failed. This is for every man, young and old. gold. Forget pills from apps or emails. You need a real medical provider, a clinic that'll fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Guys, the future is local. Real clinics, real specialists, real answers. Testosterone results in minutes, not days. Columbus Men's Clinic's friendly staff is on standby, ready to tackle your ED, your low T, and enhance your life. Call right now, 614-300-7400, or go to columbusmensclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet stop you from being active and getting healthy this year. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
With rates as low as 5.54% APR and a $400 cash bonus when you refinance with BMI Federal Credit Union, now is the perfect time to take advantage of the BMI FCU Summer Savings Event. Visit bmifcu.org/refinance for more details.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties are $5.99 each with your digital coupon. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
At Dick's Sporting Goods, we have always believed sport has the power to change lives. Community happens here. Change happens here. Sport happens here. Introducing the all-new Dick's House of Sport, bringing new experiences, new services, and unrivaled selection from the top brands to a new place Polaris can call home. Featuring a rock wall, a HitTrax multi-sport cage, and 3 golf hitting bays. Dick's House of Sport at Polaris Fashion Place. Grand opening celebration August 15th through August 17th.
When was the last time you hopped out of bed without that knee or back screaming at you? Or walked down a flight of stairs without having to take your time? You thought to yourself, I'll just tough it out. But nothing changes. Hi, it's Tyvis Powell. It's time to call and schedule that free consultation with Dr. Walkoff and his team at QC Kinetics here in Columbus. I'm glad I did. Myself and others have turned around their lives with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that work with your body to help restore and repair damaged joint tissue. Natural cellular therapies. No scalpels, no pills, just long-term relief with no dreaded recovery. Check it out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. Bring your x-rays and MRIs to QC Kinetics for a free, no-pressure chat and thorough evaluation to see if you're a good candidate. Find out if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York. You ever get decision paralysis, like figuring out what to watch or what to eat? Well, the same applies if you're hiring. It can be overwhelming to have too many candidates to sort through. But with ZipRecruiter, you can proactively find the best ones quickly. How? Through their innovative resume database. ZipRecruiter's resume database uses advanced filtering to quickly hone in on top candidates for your roles. See someone who stands out? You can unlock their contact info instantly. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.